Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here with week 42 of the H.A.M Radio Podcast. I probably should have established an order. We never did that thing. All right, we'll do it now. Monty, then Cody, Slendy. Yeah, by all means.
Okay.
So go on, Monty.
Preparedness.
Oh, okay. What's up, guys? It's your boy Monty here, /All-Out on Sugar Bomb, the admin, and I'm also that guy that Todd Howard mentioned in that interview. So yeah.
I remember that shit.
Oh, I didn't know about that.
That's my claim to fame.
I remember that.
I'm Bald Dude. I have a Facebook page. That's about it.
Yeah. I'm Scribe Slendy. I've been on here before. I post stupid shit and talk to Maddie. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't get mentioned in an interview, but I did get to talk to Brian.
Yeah,
Delaney.
you're damn right you didn't, bitch.
Yeah. Shut your whore mouth. You talked to Brian too. You didn't get to talk to Dance, so it's all good.
So I gotta say two things. Number one, Noah is not here because of his mother being in the state, and so he is seeing her for the first time in a very long while, so that's why he's not here today. We're delaying this until Monday because I couldn't get anyone on the podcast forever. This is what I call the scrap squad. Like, I am messaging everyone.
Oh, thanks, Maddie.
Thanks. Sloppy seconds, Maddie. I see
not in a bad way, but like,
I'm sorry I'm no Noah Pearson or King of Kangaroos.
I meant like in the way like where, dude, my entire direct messages from like after tomorrow is gonna be filled like, oh, dude, sorry I missed this message because I messaged everyone so that because I always bring on Cody and Slendy all the time, so I was like, I don't want people to get mad that I always bring them on and not new guests because obviously we know Lone's on holiday as well. So yeah, the Sugar Bomb squad of Monty, Rob, CJ, like everyone always wanted to be on, and I'm like, this is your chance, man. Get on the podcast and.
Nope.
And then
CJ still needs to get on.
It's why people in the comments always like, no, you never bring on guests. It's always the same people. I'm like, dude, I've been in the calls with him before the recording. Yeah. He messages so many people. Yeah. Oh my god.
Yeah.
And now you got a 3 for McGee for a guest.
Oh no, it's gonna be great though. These chaotic podcasts are the best ones. So before we get into our intro, I promised a story.
Oh jeez.
Also, let me bust out the popcorn. Hold on.
Wait, yeah, get your popcorn.
I also want to say that
Slendy,
you're an MVP for the fact that I don't know why I keep calling you Slendy. John, you're an MVP for using a tablet at your grandma's house on 4G right now to do this podcast.
Darn right, I got my pizza in one hand and the tablet in the other, and that's it.
So
the struggle is real.
If he cuts out, you know why, but you should be okay. Anyway, story time. So 23rd was my best friend's birthday, and he turned 21. So, you know, when you turn 21 here in the States, you drink a lot. And so I go to his house for a party. Ooh. And I'm not like a partier, by the way. I should throw that out there. And so we're playing beer pong. Yeah. And my friend, okay, whatever, man. And so we're playing beer pong, and I'm having a good night. All right, like I'm having a really good night. I'm making a good amount of my shots. I'm being clutch and stuff. And
wait, when you say shots, you mean you're landing the shots?
Landing the shots, yeah. I'm putting the ball in the cup. Yes, I realized
right.
that. See, that's what I mean. I'm not much of a partier. A normal party guy would have caught on to that right away and corrected himself. So, you know, for some reason, Connor's little cousins are in the room while we're playing Pong. And we were like, oh, whatever, we'll just roll with it. Let them play, like, just use water or whatever. Like, we didn't really care. And so we're jokingly getting competitive to like work the kids up and stuff. It's really funny. I, of course, had to take it a step too far by complete accident and just the worst coincidental timing probably to happen to me in a very long while. So they have one cup left. I had the ball. I'm about to make the final shot. And like I said, I was feeling it all night. So I knew this was going in. And it ended up going in, mind you. So I shoot it. I scream. I'm like, yeah, go home. And I turn around because I hear it like right when I turn around, I hear it go in the cup. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like I start celebrating and shit. And I'm like, let's go, baby. And all of a sudden I see this kid dart by me and run upstairs. I'm like, I turn around and just everyone in the room's looking at me. I'm like, oh no, oh god. This is like what you don't want to have happen at a party. And everyone's like just kind of devastated. Like I just beat this crap out of this kid or something. I'm like,
bad luck, Maddie.
Yeah, I'm just sitting there.
Oh,
and I just kind of
Maddie,
I just ask innocently, I'm like, what happened? And they're like, dude, you pegged her in the face and you told her to go home. I'm like,
oh my god,
like, I didn't peg her. What are you talking about? She's like, dude, she spilled the water on her. I'm like, what? I look under the table and like someone had already picked up the water, so I don't see anything down there. Like, I don't see anything. So now I look like a liar too. I'm like, I don't see anything. I look like I can't accept the truth.
No.
And like all of a sudden, one of my other best friends who's there straight up calls me a dick in front of everyone. He's like, dude, you're a dick. I'm like, all right.
Oh my
Thanks for
God.
the save, bro. Really needed one here. And then
Like a
Great
fucking-
wingman.
some other girl who I thought was, pretty attractive. I wasn't like hitting on her or anything, but I was like, she's cool. I want to get to know her a little bit. Straight up calls
I
me an
won't.
asshole after that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
no.
oh, my heart's broken now, man. Like, not only am I just getting kicked while I'm down, but now lady's breaking my heart. And so I had to be saved by the kid's whose birthday it was. His sister was like, yo, he didn't try to hit her in the face with a ping pong ball and knock the water over. I'm just sitting there like, oh man. And then the worst part is that, like, because I told my parents to come pick me up a little bit before that, and my dad had just called me. He's like, hey, I'm outside. So literally after I make this kid cry, I leave.
You have to leave.
my
So you look
God.
like you're quitting.
Yeah,
too.
so I look like I'm too good for this problem, and I just left like a little bitch.
Jeez.
Oh, that was just like the worst chain of events that could have.
Yeah, no,
possibly happened.
that's horrible.
Yeah, beer pong, man.
Yeah, this is why I don't.
It can be a
I
bitch.
literally said in the group chat for Sugar Bomb that I was like, this is why I don't do these things. Because this type of
This
stuff always
right here.
happens.
This is the kind of thing that just happens.
She had it coming to her, that little 6-year-old.
I felt bad, but whatever. So anyway, that's my story to start this off. Timestamps are down below if you wanted to skip that story. Too bad. You can go ahead and now hop around
Too
segments.
bad.
And obviously, each week we like to ask questions to bring in new guests as you consistently answer the questions with the hashtag H.A.M Radio Time on Twitter. You have a higher chance of getting involved in this podcast. And so it's going to
Unless
be
you don't answer.
And-
what?
You actually got to answer the messages when he sends you them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Keep an eye out because they'll call me.
indeed. And so the question for this week is kind of going to be the base of the discussion we're going to have, and it's how do you feel 2016 will be for Bethesda in terms of like releases, content, the games they're publishing, all that stuff. And so that's what we'll start off our discussion with, because it's the end of the year. It's December. Bethesda's on holiday for a couple of weeks, so we're not going to really have any news to talk about in terms of their games and stuff. But we're going to have to look ahead a little bit, and we'll talk about what we think we'll see from Bethesda throughout 2016, whether it be like any new announcements or anything, what kind of DLC we expect from Fallout 4, because I briefly discussed it on my channel, but obviously we have 3 different extra opinions aside from mine. So where do you guys want to start with this one here?
What is DLC?
DLC?
Yeah,
I think it's gonna
DLC.
be soon. Like I can't wait. They can't wait that long because they said that it's gonna be early 2016 when they start releasing.
Yeah, I
it.
think
I feel like it might hit with the modding options, the whatever engine they're gonna use. Yeah,
Well,
whatever.
well, didn't Skyrim's first DLC come out in February after the game released? So
That sounds right.
pretty
I would
sure.
imagine so.
I don't remember to be honest.
Yeah. So I think we'll probably hear something in like a month.
Yeah. They
Or
have
so.
the.
Like a New Year's Day present. I know Bethesda likes setting up announcements with like holidays and shit.
Oh yes, they like their dates.
I feel like we could do like a New Year's update. I don't know. Shot in the dark, but that'd be kind of cool.
Yeah.
'Cause
Well, I mean,
I know they don't like just doing any old day.
no, they're closed until like after the 1st, so
Yeah.
probably won't
Oh,
be that.
okay.
It's got to be sometime
Yeah.
in January they'll say something.
Damn. Even if it doesn't.
Yeah,
come
I'd
out
imagine
February,
so.
Guaranteed to hear it.
So how many pieces of DLC do you think we're going to see in 2016 at this rate?
A lot.
You think a lot? See, I can't
I think a
decide
lot.
because I thought when they said like free updates that are going to change the game, like I thought that was going to be like a holiday update, like that was going to be like all these extra little bits of content here and there to keep the game like I don't want to sound like a dick, but like interesting over time.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Well,
I
that's-
think what they need to
Like
do.
Skyrim.
Yeah, like
That's a legitimate problem with this game is that after you play it so much, like 100 and some hours,
you're done.
and you're killing legendary enemies, and you're getting the same thing over and over again. It's just this armor piece, and then you're exploring.
There's
this
not a lot of
building.
in-game content.
Yeah, it's once you beat the game, it's sort of it doesn't
Well-
feel like the other games where you could just keep going.
Keep going or start.
Well, I think what they need to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think what they need to do is take a page out of a CD Projekt Red's book, and CD Projekt Red released 20 free DLCs to the people who bought the game on launch day, and a lot of those were like extra side quests. So I think if Bethesda just added like extra side quests and extra armor and weapons here and there, it'd go a long way to making the game feel more like complete and
it can't be
such.
too hard to make some extra weapons. Right?
No.
I mean,
that's-
yeah, I mean, it
Spend
costs
a lot-
money
you
and
could- you
time.
could use that to
but-
pull out a development hill. Like if you had some stuff you had to.
Oh well, Maddie, I don't think
release
money's a
stuff.
problem
No,
right
no,
now. They just made $1 million.
I was
Yeah,
gonna say, like, that's the
they're-
only thing I could think
They're
of.
like
would be-
Scrooge McDuck.
And they have a whole nother team right now too. Like
Yeah, I mean, I guess for them they like to do bigger and better, but like if they like did like here's a Christmas update, we added a quest, you can get like I don't know, it's Fallout, like put a Santa outfit in there or and make just a Santa quest line, even if it's like 30 minutes. That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome to me. I will remember.
Yeah. I mean, I don't want them to go total Rockstar and just release a bunch of small updates for 2 years and never do any big DLC. But I think what we'll likely see is similar to Skyrim with 2 big expansions and maybe some smaller stuff.
I mean, I'd be okay with that, and I hope they do the Skyrim thing where they'd occasionally release an update, adding new features like the horseback combat and stuff. And I mean, what's nice about that, like Matty said, even if it's 30 minutes, if it gives somebody a reason to like put the game back in the console, play it out, they'll do the 30 minutes, and they'll say, hey, you know what, I want to go redo this.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So basically give people a reason to start playing it again.
And like with Fallout 3, they did 5 pretty big expansion packs.
First time, at least.
Yeah,
I don't think they're going to do 5 again. I don't see that happening.
They said, what did they say? They're going to do their normal amount, which is like, I think, $40 minimum, they said. So,
yeah. Well, and
to me, that sounds like
$50 each.
Yeah, like an expansion and like 2 decent DLCs or something like that. See, they picked such a weird number.
I almost feel like the amount of money that they made on the game, they're not the kind of company to just take the money and run. Like, I feel like they're definitely gonna put a lot of post.
I feel like we're back in the post-announcement pre-E3 speculation period. Like, we have absolutely no idea what's going on other than like rough ideas.
That's totally true.
I mean, personally,
and they released a season pass. This is the first time they've ever done that. So like. They have to be planning a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
that's true.
Well, they're definitely doing a lot of stuff. But I think personally, I'd rather see like 2 like Point Lookout Dragonborn size DLCs and like 5 or 4 smaller ones. I mean,
like the pit wasn't great in my opinion. It was too small.
Well, I think the story in the pit was
great.
It had a great story.
Oh, the story's great, but like if we're talking just size,
size and content. Point Lookout.
I'd much rather see a Point Lookout. Point Lookout
was great. Broken Steel was too like linear, but
about that Lonesome Road.
Broken Steel added on some in-game stuff because Bethesda games notoriously like in-game content. Like you go to an MMO when you hit top level, you have a ton of raids and shit. And Bethesda games, once you hit top level, everything's easy mode and there's nothing.
Exactly. That's actually a big problem with Fallout 4 is that once you have enough power cores to get power armor all the time and you have weapons and stuff, like you don't die. You just go and you kill everything.
Well, and that's where the problem with the lack of replayability arises because since you're pretty much limited to being a good guy, it's not like I can like Fallout 3. I play back through, be a bad guy, blow up Megaton, make a ton of different choices. Here, if I play back through, there's not really going to be a big difference, and I don't have the incentive.
Right. The interesting thing is that this problem could have been avoided if they did one thing, and it's funny. It's not even the choice. Whatever, that's water under the bridge. If they added a hardcore mode, boom, you have another reason to play. Nope, didn't even do that. That's the one thing that always chaps my fucking ass is that they.
And I feel like they do that. I feel like that's a thing where they don't put time into it because they're like the modding community is gonna do it anyway.
Yeah,
so
that's the problem, and they've started relying on the modding community, and that's not to hate on Bethesda. They're a good company, but the reliance on the modding community
there's a lot of things in this game that they left out that are just really puzzling, like that, like weapon and armor racks, a bunch of stuff.
There's some things that I feel like are so easy to do, but they just
at least for a professional game developer.
It's interesting now that the honeymoon's period's over, like with the game, where you start seeing all the issues. Like it was the same thing with Battlefront. Everybody's talking about how good it was for the first 2 weeks, and then 9,000 people tops were playing the PC version. Everybody's like, "All right, hold up."
There's more people on Battlefield 4 right now.
Yeah, I don't think anyone was really singing Battlefront's praises.
I was thinking the same thing when you said that. I was like, I fucking hated that game from day one.
Yeah.
No, well, I mean, at least you have people trying to defend it. Yeah. You go on Reddit right now, the Battlefield Reddit. Even the defenders are like, okay, never mind, this is kind of shit.
Yeah, I mean, at first I was a Battlefront defender too, but then I'm just like, this is just awful.
Over time, I got more and more skeptical, but like I was like, all right, this is granted, it's got like a big name, but like this game deserves a chance like any other. I don't know if I'm not like that with Fallout 4. I still think it's a great game. Just the thing is that the issue.
I still think it was the best game I ever played.
The issue is that it's not as long as other Bethesda games. You know what I'm saying? You got your money's worth, but when you look at a Bethesda game, you're like, you think like, oh, next gen they're gonna do so much more. It's like they did less. Like, how's that possible?
But that's also
I mean, that's
the trend with gaming too. Like, next gen gaming has been a whole lot prettier with a lot less stuff.
Yeah.
No, it's a misconception because the leap from PS2 And PS3 era was a lot bigger than the leap from PS3 to PS4.
Absolutely.
The technical leap. Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like it's like, oh my god, they have all this more tech to work with. That's not the case.
The comparison I always like being made, and I read a great thread about just the comparisons, but like the comparisons between Star Wars Battlefront 2 and the new Star Wars Battlefront. Like, you see how much shit they put on there in a PS2 game, and then how much stuff they put on there on a new-gen, like, high-end stuff, and it's almost embarrassing. Like, what's with the lack of content and prettier graphics? Like, I'm all for pretty graphics, but, like, when like, Order 1886, you pay $60 for a 4-hour game? Like, I'm not getting my money's worth out of that.
I bought that just to get a platinum trophy, and then I sold it.
Well, by the way, Wolfenstein is $9.
Dude,
right now,
I know. Like that.
That's crazy.
like the you have no excuse but to play this sale.
I bought that.
Is it worth buying?
Oh yeah, I just bought that too.
Shit's
I bought that.
Is it worth buying? Because I bought $100 worth of games yesterday.
It's $60 right now. Still, it's $60 new, but they have it on sale for $9.
And it's like one of the best. It's probably like one of the best, if not the best game in 2014. Like,
is it worth buying?
Yes,
Matty.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Especially for $9. I spent $60 and felt it was worth it. I'll spend $9 on that shit. I almost bought it just for the fuck of it. So.
I have like 30 fucking games on Steam that I haven't even touched. It's ridiculous.
Are you kidding me? I have 115 games in my library, and I've only downloaded 35 of them.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Those are all from sales that I'm like, oh, I'll play that later. It's cheap, and then I just never touched it.
That's how you get your money.
I just picked up that Her Story. It's only like $3, and it won Best Narrative over The Witcher, for Christ's sake. So I want to see what that hype's about.
I tried Undertale. I
might jump on that.
I can't get into Undertale. I thought it was funny. It was cute. There's some really good writing in there. But like, I'm like, everyone's like, Game of the Year, Game of the Year. I'm like, okay, you're weird. Like, stop. This is not. It's cool that it's by one guy.
I'm not spending $7 on it.
No, don't. I wouldn't. Again, at least.
Like, I love narrative games like that. I have other things I'd prefer to buy for the same price.
Yeah, I think that's a game you got to spend like, at least like 10, 15 hours with, and I just don't want to put that investment into it.
I have too many new stuff. I have too many. Yeah, too many new games.
I bought. All right, while we're talking about this, we'll diverge for a second. Hold on, let me get my library real quick. I bought Pillars of Eternity because that was on a good sale. I bought Jedi Knight Jedi Academy. I bought.
Wait, is Steam fixed completely?
Yeah, it is. I bought Undertale. I bought Vampire the Masquerade because CJ told me about that like on a fucking monthly basis. I bought Warhammer End of Times Vermintide.
CJ and his indie ass
Vermintide is so
good. I gotta play
Vermintide. It's so good. I love that game. It's probably my favorite game.
Hey, Matty, I'm gonna pick it up. Message me sometime. We'll try it out.
Good stuff. Because I love that game.
Oh, I got a. Oh wait, no, you keep going.
No, I was just saying. I was just ranting about Vermintide. That shit's so good.
Yeah, I picked up Saints Row 4, like the presidential edition. So I mean, I thought Saints Row 3 it's pretty good.
Yeah.
But 4 just looked so off the wall and crazy to me. It kind of turned me off. But for like $10,
I got all the Saints Row games like in a pack for like $20. It came with every single one, all the DLC.
Yeah.
Now, for some reason, I don't understand this. Fallout 4 is only $10 off.
Because it's selling, the
like
games that are discounted the most of the ones that don't sell. That's why Battlefront was already. Like Battlefront was literally 2 weeks after launch, $20 off.
30,
and there wasn't even like
that makes me so sad. I spent $60.
I saw it and I laughed. I laughed so hard. I'm like, oh my god, you guys suck. You want to sell 15 million copies? You're fucking dumb.
Yeah, even Call of Duty was $20 off.
Oh, for real?
At GameStop.
Yeah, it's on Steam right now too. It's on Steam right now too.
I like the Black Ops series. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
I'll admit it.
Call of Duty is still like a guilty pleasure for me. I always
it's a total guilty
impulsively.
I don't know if I call it a guilty pleasure because there are Call of Duties like I don't say it just because it's fun to hate on it. Like I have genuinely not liked Call of Duty since Black Ops 2. But Black Ops 3,
Ghost, Advanced Warfare was the worst thing I've ever played.
So. Fuck.
I think Ghost was the worst. I didn't pick up Ghost. Ghost was trash.
The problem with Advanced Warfare was there were no like lines of sight or anything, so you get shot in the back the whole time because those exosuits. Like Black Ops 3 did it right because they limited your jump ability, so you couldn't get behind people. But there was absolutely no battle lines on Advanced Warfare. It gave me a headache. No, Ghost
I just really hate the whole near future shit with all the exoskeletons.
Yeah.
It's like such a cop out. If you're gonna do future shit,
they have to go back and
go full Halo. Let's go full Halo then. 300 years with all the laser shit. Or go backwards to fucking World War II or something like that.
I love how
honestly what they need to do is
everybody's like no more World War II.
What they need to do is just blend the two. Do a fucking alternate history in a cool time period and add your technology. Yeah.
World War II with your technology.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like World War II.
Welcome to the Call of Duty podcast.
Yeah. Right. Let's talk about. All right.
The old Call of Duties were really good. Just let that.
Yeah,
Let's go back to Bethesda for a sec and not talk about COD because I think we're like causing.
It's gonna make a lot of people
we're
mad.
causing a lot of anger.
Get the camera.
So
What's up with that?
how about published games? All right, we talked about how we expect a lot of DLC in 2016, but what about their published game with like Doom and Dishonored? I think Dishonored is going to be delayed. I don't. We haven't seen shit.
We haven't heard
I think
anything
they're aiming.
from it.
Well, they're aiming for a fall 2016 release, aren't they?
I think it's at Q2, which is like summer.
Yeah, no, they're talking about spring.
Or spring.
It's like spring.
I don't think it's
no,
because Doom is going to be in spring, I think.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's no way Dishonored 2 doesn't get delayed.
Yeah, I think that probably gets pushed back to the fall, and then Doom comes out like late spring or some shit.
Bethesda's like that quarterback that likes to spread the wealth and like throw to everyone on the fucking field. Like I think of them, and they don't just release a bunch of games at once. They're not Ubisoft where like they released like I think it was like 2014 or 13. I think 14. They released like 4 different games under their name at once.
Oh god.
And so
well, then you flood your own market and you shoot yourself.
Exactly, and so.
Yeah.
Bethesda likes to always do like one here, one there, one. You know, like, they really just stretch it out so that you always have something from Bethesda. It's cool.
Yeah.
Well, and you're not having to buy them like in a row, so I don't have to choose between Dishonored 2 and Doom.
Yeah. Well,
Which
I don't think they're gonna have E3 showcase this year. I don't think they have enough. To
No, they don't have enough to do it.
Warrant a full show.
No.
Well, I mean, unless they wanted to talk about their new games, like I could understand that the new one's coming out. Like focus more on Dishonored. Like I'd be okay with that, but I don't.
But the question is,
I think maybe 2017 or 2018.
Yeah,
they'll do another. Well, when they have Elder Scrolls 6 or whatever.
Now the question is that would it be exciting if they even did a 2016 one? It'd be like, oh sweet, they're doing it, but like. I feel like also if they did one in 2017, it'd be like, okay, here comes another big reveal. You know, you'd know it's coming now. It's like.
Yeah, I feel like they want to keep the shock value because they're all about shock value.
They really are. They really fucking are.
Which I love.
Just wake up on a random day, please stand by. Like, okay.
Yeah, that's incredible.
I still remember the exact place I was in when that happened. I was sitting in my Latin class 5 minutes into it. That's like a
I was just rolling out of bed and my Twitter mentions went on for a mile. I was like, what happened? And I
was sitting in the car and I almost drove off the fucking road.
Yeah, me too.
that was so good. I was taking an exam on the day of the trailer, and I like snuck out of the exam and sat in the toilet for 30 minutes rewatching the trailer.
Sorry, stomach ache.
True story.
Oh my god.
Yeah, they're like, "What are you watching?" I'm like, nothing.
Nothing.
Porn.
You go, yeah.
You want to see?
Do you think we're gonna, in terms of free updates, like what do you think we're gonna see in them then? Because I know they said they wanted to do like game-changing ones, but you think it's gonna run the lines of Skyrim with like different difficulties, or like what could they add in a free update? Is what I'm saying. Because they did a patch and it took ages to come out, and it almost broke the game even more. So it makes you wonder, like
underwater combat.
Can't like a free update just be like? It doesn't have to be forced on you. They can market it as like a DLC, just a free DLC with like a gun pack or something something easy.
No, I think they've displayed with Gunrunner's Arsenal. If you're getting new guns, you're paying for them.
Well, that was Vegas.
That was so dumb.
But, that was horrible.
Because you literally just have the Mercenaries grenade rifle, and anytime you needed to like take something out that was like a higher level than you, because New Vegas had some decent rubber banding, where like when you start taking shit.
Well, when you walk north from fucking Good Springs,
fucking rad scorpions that just fuck your shit up.
Every new player.
Or you go down that like canyon.
I wanted to get to Vegas, and oof.
The nightmare-inspiring castles.
Fallout 4 doesn't have really an enemy like that. I thought the blood bugs were going to be something like that, but
no. What's the other bug in the game?
Blood bugs.
No, the other one.
Stingwings.
Stingwings. Yeah.
They're a pain, but they're not that bad.
Yeah, they're not that bad.
Fallout 4 doesn't have any hard enemies. Like once you get past
Legendary Death Claws, I have an explosive shotgun that does 150 points.
Once you get past a certain point, you just don't die. Even to Mirelurk Queens, it's not hard.
Well, one thing that
Mirelurk Queens, they terrify me, dude. Like when you're on Spectacle Island, I flip the switch and all of a sudden some motherfucker comes up out of nowhere. I'm like, oh,
that was amazing.
I walked in a fucking building. It was like what was it, the old State House or whatever? And it just popped out of the middle. I'm just like, oh, fuck that. Fuck that. Not dealing with that.
I think one of the best random enemy encounters was Swan.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, no, he was great.
He's going to be that.
Oh, hail
He's going to be that like joke that people talk about 10 years from now is Swan. Like, we have the Death Claws in Fallout 3. We have the Castors in New Vegas. And we have Swan in Fallout 4.
Swan is love. Swan is life.
What's interesting is that
Well, plus now
I haven't seen a specific moment that actually I might be talking on my ass, but I can't think right now of a specific moment that's actually been memed in Fallout 4 that like everyone jokes about.
Dance is Buzz Lightyear.
It's true. I also like the condom failure one.
No, Maddie. Has it been long enough to talk about like Fallout spoilers? I'm not sure where we stand on that.
Oh yeah.
It's been enough.
Your son's the villain in Fallout 4.
Beat the damn game.
That one thing that you can't say, but
I mean, there will be people who a lot of people got it for Christmas, to my surprise, but
yeah. Well, I probably shouldn't have said that then. Whoops.
I mean, you could just say warning, skip this part.
Nah, I'll just like, put a beep when I say his name.
There's just the big project is the only thing that I don't want.
Oh, the big. I thought you were talking about. I thought you were talking about.
Bleep that shit. Okay, let me get that real quick.
Look, Matt, if you're gonna put bleeps down, I said it earlier too. I said it earlier in the Fox News interruptions. So
let me circle that a couple times. I don't know if you hear me just doing that real quick.
No, Swan is actually your son. Swan is the main villain.
Swan is your son. Yeah.
Yes.
Swan comes back to fight the project, and it's
fight the project.
Like they end up having like a UFC cage match. It's pretty great.
Yo, speaking of cage match, did you guys hear how the fucking the combat zone was cut to content? Like there was gonna be like
that's gonna be DLC. That's gonna be DLC.
No, that's another thing. There's just so many locations in this game that are just like filled with raiders and shit instead of actually being like settlements that you can hang out.
I was that was one of the few Reddit posts. I was like, I feel like
that's the one thing that pisses me.
Yeah. As I was playing this game, I was just thinking, why am I not finding people that want to talk to me? Everyone just wants to shoot at me all the time.
Well, I mean, the answer is pretty simple.
Playing the Dust mod.
The answer is pretty simple. It's because with the settlement building, they focused a lot on that, and they wanted you to build your own settlements and shit, and they thought that was
it would be awesome dude, why didn't they think of this, dude? When you build your own settlements, like when actual settlers come in, you unlock quests inside your own settlement, because like once right, cool. Like wouldn't that be like? I know some people would be like, oh, well, you're forcing settlement, but wouldn't it be actually worth it? Like, fuck.
Yeah, it would be really cool. I mean, it actually make me want to do it.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the things I loved about Fallout 3 was like in even random encounters, like where you find the people fighting over the fridge of water, or the people that like got out of Megaton if you blew it up. For one, that added life. And two, that was people not shooting at you. Yeah. But now all it is either a settlement that you built with NPCs that don't talk, or a settlement full of super.
I think that really it all boils down to the voice protagonist, sadly. Not because they I was gonna say it's not against anyone who worked on this game. It's more so because it just took up so much time and content that they couldn't record lines for everything they wanted to do. So that's why I was thinking free updates every here and there.
It's such a shame too, because Brian did such a and so did the female. She did such a
Brian killed
great jobs at it too. Like when you play it, you want to hear them. You want to play the game with them.
Yeah, I mean, the voice protagonist wasn't all bad. It was, it added a lot of emotional depth, and the sarcastic lines were just so...
it was hilarious. But
as a gameplay mechanic, it's great, but as a choice for the series,
I don't know.
Never again.
No, it's probably gonna be.
I don't think if Obsidian ever made a Fallout, they wouldn't have that in it.
No, hell no, they would not. See, I realize why is Obsidian not amongst the kings in gaming? They have made KOTOR 2. They have made Fallout New Vegas, and you know what's funny?
It's because they're right in the coattails.
That's what I'm saying. Well,
they do the sequel to the popular games nobody thinks about.
How about like South Park: Stick of Truth? Like that game's amazing.
Yeah, everybody loves that game.
I can't say I played it, but from the reviews I saw, Pillars of Eternity is apparently a very good game too. Like they're always making good games and games that age well too. You know that KOTOR 2 is arguably better than the first one over time. New Vegas is definitely, in my opinion, in terms of a Fallout game, the best Fallout probably, because it
exactly
combines everything that's good about the Fallout franchise, but still modernizes it. It's amazing how they're not
that's a very popular opinion too, by the way. A lot of people.
It's popular now, but if you said that before Fallout 4, everyone was gonna crucify you. It's fucking stupid.
Exactly. It's crazy, right?
People just suck each other's own dicks all the fucking time. I hate it. I literally hate it.
Oh, now gonna make any friends on Reddit with that.
I don't care. I have sugar bombs.
Well, you don't need Reddit anymore.
Reddit hates you anyway, so it's
that's what SP's for, right?
Literally, I was texting this girl one time, and she's like, "Yeah, I looked you up on Reddit. People don't like you." I'm like, "Yeah, if you want to hear anything good about me, just go away from that site, and you'll probably."
No, dude. Seriously, when I posted something about the Brotherhood Archives back when it was still prototype phase, asking for ideas on stuff,
he is just satanic.
Yeah, and everybody goes, "Dude, work with somebody else. That guy's a dick." I was like, "Oh,
yeah, I'm such a douche."
We got our own Reddit.
I peg
Blackjack
girls with beer
books.
pong balls. That's what I do.
Yeah,
You know, after this interview, some Redditor is going to hear that, and that's going to be front page on Fallout. Matty throws beer pong balls at 6-year-old. I'm calling it now. That's front page.
Okay.
Come at us, Reddit.
Yeah, come at us.
Yeah.
Then come to Sugar Bomb because it's
Start a war. Website war.
Website war.
I don't know. I think their user base slightly outnumbers Sugar Bomb.
Only
Just throwing that out.
slightly.
Only slightly.
Well, I looked at No Mutants Allowed the other day. We have like as many active users as they
Yeah,
do,
which
pretty
is pretty
much.
cool.
So that's pretty cool.
I don't even know what that place is, so that might say a lot. For
It's a
how
cesspool
many
of
active
hate.
we have.
So
it's like the
if you
4chan. It's
only
like the
like-
4chan of the Fallout.
Over the top isometric Fallout games, then you will like that website.
yeah,
So it's the 4chan of Fallout fandom.
Yeah.
it's amazing.
I mean, I can't
there-
really say
there's
like,
some
it's
good
been
people
yeah,
on there,
I was gonna
but
say, I can't
the-
say it's awful because I've never been on there, but like,
No. I mean, just like the main guys that have been on there forever and they just creep there constantly. They're just so hostile to others' opinions. It's crazy. It's like, who cares?
So no,
Who
that's
cares?
4chan then. I was spot on with my
yeah,
assessment.
you were pretty good.
So, anything else?
So that's why you should make a Sugar Bomb.
Oh, yeah,
account.
that too. So about
Do it
about
already,
the
Dan.
2016.
Yeah.
About that 20.
DLC
I guess
Fallout.
yeah. I guess we kind of covered everything. We think that first DLC is going to come around February, modding in January, and then 2 expansions, a bunch of DLC free content, updates. All right.
Yeah, I actually looked it up. Dawn Guard didn't come out until June.
I was gonna say I
after.
remember seeing it at E3 and being
Yeah.
like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it was announced like in February or March. So, if I remember
I
correctly.
think maybe it was revealed at E3. I think Bethesda just kind of showed up. Oh, so help me God if they wait until June.
No,
No, Bethesda, no, I will be so mad.
Please no.
No, Pete doesn't want that harassment again.
Yeah,
They
he doesn't
have
want
two
me to. He doesn't want me
studios.
telling
They
them
have
that
two
they have
studios.
no excuse again, or else they'll fucking roast me
Yeah.
like a Thanksgiving turkey.
They're gonna. That was great. I still remember that Pete roast.
Dude, he
Like, yeah,
literally.
we've been
I
working with the
realize
company
now,
for
anytime
6
I
months.
friendly approach him, like he just wants to get me every time. Now I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna. I'm not.
Nah, he probably keeps a tally on his whiteboard in his office. or
She's
some
like,
shit every
"Ah,
time he roasts Maddie.
fucking-
How many,
Yeah. God,
how many times I've roasted Maddie? Just got a bunch of like tally marks.
I think he's gotten me 3 times. Like the first one was the worst one when he. What the fuck did he say?
I remember that one. That was great.
Oh, where he said like he was
I
a real
messaged
Fallout
you-
fan, but I wasn't. I was like, that's just like you basically ruined any.
Yeah,
like,
it's like I've been working.
you really ruined my reputation with that. You realize that, right? Like,
I remember when I saw that on Twitter. I saw you retweeted or some shit, and I messaged you. I was like, God damn,
yeah,
dude.
I'm like, okay. Because I
love
was
watching
like playing
some of
hockey and like
his,
I went to the bench and like grabbed my phone and I just see it says like at DC Deacon mentioned you and I click on it, I'm like, oh god, like my career's over.
So some of his tweets are great though. Like someone asks, why doesn't Fallout 4 have multiplayer? Because it doesn't. Like that's his answer.
Yeah, he's pretty snarky. Old snarky.
I like
uncle.
Pete. He's an interesting guy.
So speaking of
Godfather.
I don't know how I was gonna segue that one actually. How about this? Man sues Bethesda over Fallout for addiction.
Yes.
Like, what a fucking idiot.
Well, in that case, can I sue Bethesda too? Because if that case has merit, I could make some money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna sue the fuck out of every game developer I've ever played a game from.
That's what this world is coming to is suing.
Sue everything.
Bethesda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I read it though, and he's only suing for $7,000.
Yeah,
so they might just
$7,000.
give him the money
That's
to
a
shut him up.
strange-
For
Really
emotional
small
distress.
amount.
For emotional distress, like
Yeah, they might just
Like,
shut him
I
up
gotta
and give
pay
him
out my
some-
mortgage this month. I'm gonna sue Bethesda. Like,
No, they're gonna be like, here, have a Pip-Boy edition, and I'll shut him up.
After that, he's gonna go to Walmart and slip where there wasn't a no wet floor sign, make some more money, pay off the next bill.
Yeah.
I bet there's someone out there
Seven
trying to
like
pay
that
off their
bar.
bills on like on a soothing basis. Just fine. That's not even a word, but like, just,
People do that though. That's the sad part. People do that.
gosh, that's mean.
Why does he only want $7,000? Like he lost his wife and his job, and he's only asking for $7,000.
Fallout
Like,
4
does he
killed
know?
my wife.
because he's really
Literally,
shooting for
it's
something
literally
that
killed your wife.
Bethesda. He's really shooting for something that Bethesda will just give him so he can shut up.
Yep.
True.
That he knows he won't get $100,000 or something like that. So.
Fallout 4 ate my baby.
Or he's just
Well,
trolling.
it did kill your. I know,
really-
to be fair, it did kill your wife, and it did steal your baby. So
Or he's just trolling really hard and
no, I saw photos of him. He doesn't look like a troll. He looks like somebody.
no,
who'd do
but he, jeez,
it. Not the profile, but he looks like he'd do it.
not the profile, but he looks like a guy who would sue a company for video game addiction.
Absolutely. Just look up photos of him online.
I don't
It's-
know. I'm not
that sounds
judging
weird,
him.
but-
I don't. I don't opinionate other people. I just gotta say, just the action.
Oh, well, I do.
The action's
I do.
a little ridiculous.
Absolutely.
Apparently,
Just
this isn't
a
the
little.
first time though that someone has sued a company for being addicted to.
Really? Who else has done it?
Yeah. In 2010, Craig Smallwood became addicted to Lineage 2 after racking up 20,000 hours of playtime.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I think I only
Jesus
have 20,000
Christ.
hours in like my entire life for a video game.
No,
that's
that's
like a year.
crazy. Like,
That's scary. Hey, this is reminding me of the guy that got hit by the car in his house. Did we cover that on a podcast?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
that would be me. Like that would be my luck.
That would be
honestly.
me.
I
I'm
know,
so
you got-
excited to
you
play
played
Fallout 4.
I don't want to go out to the
Yeah,
world.
the
It's
car
scary. Yeah, I'm just gonna play video games for today, and just a car breaks through my window. I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
Well,
you
the
need an
worst thing is
actual
she
ball.
didn't have insurance, so he has to cover the medical bills and the repairs.
Yeah, but it got
that's the worst
crowdfunded,
part.
though. So
that,
fortunately,
that,
so-
that
Oh, okay, I didn't know
20,000
that.
that 20,000 hours, to put that into perspective, is 833 days.
Oh,
Yeah, it's over
Like-
a year. Holy shit.
that's 2 years,
It's
bro.
like-
that's
yeah.
2.5.
Oh, 2
That's
years.
what
Oh,
I'm-
You're
Yeah.
pushing
math
3.
is
You're
so
pushing
bad.
3 with that one.
3 years.
Jeez.
How old
crazy.
is
Lineage 2,
How old is this game? Yeah, how old is this game?
Lineage
Yeah.
2? I've actually never heard of it.
That's what I was gonna say. I've never heard of it.
That reminds me of the guy who he played, not like consecutively, but he played the same game of Civilization like 2 for like 10, 11 years straight.
Well, it
Like,
came
he
out
never
in
started the
2003. Came out in 2003.
Oh, okay.
How?
Civilization,
Still.
man, that's an addicting game. I'll be
Yeah.
honest.
Yeah, no, but like it's so cool. Like he's like, I think he wrote a like short book about the history of his empire because it's so crazy. Like all the shit that's gone on. Like half of it's
Yeah, I'm gonna write a book about my Fallout 4 playthrough.
Did he try and sue them?
Oh, and then I came across the death claw. It was growling viciously.
You sound like the fan fiction section of Sugar Bomb.
Oh yeah, don't go there. Don't go
Don't
there.
go there.
Don't
Go
read
to our
Dragon
site, but don't go there.
Oh, someone
Yeah.
rewrote "Stand" by Eminem
About me.
No.
with Maddie.
Hey, look, nothing will be as bad as the Dragonborn fan fictions. All right. The
Oh
guy
my
that-
god.
nothing will ever be that
That
bad. I'm just
section
saying.
of, like,
I mean, most people probably don't know what we're talking about right now, but
there.
just
If you
imagine
do,
like
you're a legend
you have
and
like a
unsung.
6-year-old younger brother, and you just give him a pencil, tell him to write a story, and it's just all over
And
the
that's
place.
what you
That
get.
section
got
I
banned
also
from-
recommend. I would recommend
You know,
going to
caps.
just for the experience. I don't remember what the name of what it's called, but it's like naked drawings of these people in Fallout, and the amount of immense detail and does anyone get afraid when they're drawing this shit that someone's gonna walk in? Hey, what are you drawing? Oh, naked people from a video game. I'm trying to really bring them to life.
Bro, there's people who make like this fucking this My Little Pony Fallout porn. Like, who comes up?
Oh, God. Fallout Equestria. Fallout Equestria.
No, I don't want to get Maddie started on that because he got in trouble
I
already for
did.
that. But I'm just saying.
I was just laughing
Just
because
saying.
it's just the sound of that. So Fallout, My Little Pony porn.
It's so ridiculous.
It's like, bro,
This is a
it's like,
safe
oh,
place. Shut up.
But they really do it. And
They do. No, I used to be into that. They do,
I mean,
and it's
do-
horrifying.
You were into My
whatever-
Little Pony Fallout porn?
No, not
I was gonna
that.
say, I thought you meant
Oh,
like
not
MLP.
I'm like, what?
God, no. I have my. I am a terrible, horrible degenerate, but I'm not that.
do do whatever you want to do. Just, jeez.
No, this is a
Easy.
safe place. Let's not talk about.
I mean, I don't want to say anything. I'll just
Yeah,
don't-
yeah.
I'll just leave it be. How about that? How about
Get
the
yourself in
Nuka
trouble.
Awards? You want to take that away?
Oh,
The
yeah,
Nuka
the Nuka-
Awards. There you go. That's a good
Yeah,
transition.
how about them?
Oh shit. Wait, let me find that.
I felt like there was some. I felt like there were some omissions that should have been in there, and I can't.
Oh,
remember
here,
off the top of my-
What we're gonna do? Let's go category by category.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if you guys don't know, we did like a Nuka Awards segment thingy on Sugar Bombs where.
What a great name! Shout out to Dingo
Yeah, that
for
was-
coming
that
up
was
with
a-
that.
yeah,
was a good
straight
name.
up. Dingo's a legend,
He
man.
really
That
is.
guy. That guy's
love him.
great.
He doesn't get much credit, but shout out to him.
Yeah, he does a lot.
Dude, you got to bring Dingo on this podcast for real.
I really
Yeah,
should.
he's a great guy.
Maybe if he'd answer.
Yeah, maybe him and
Whoa.
everyone else would answer. Ooh, burn. No.
No
Sing.
chill.
So what I was saying is that this is basically our form of game awards. I know we're not handing out trophies, but we just like to, talk about what our favorite things are in gaming. So whenever Monty has it up, we're going to kind of go through. What are we going through? What
Yeah.
we would vote for, or what our winners are?
Yeah, I guess just
Have we
what
won yet?
our winners or whatever. Wait, what?
Have the winners been announced? I thought they were extending the
No,
voting
not
day.
yet. The voting's actually still live right now, but
Yeah, no.
it's gonna
Dingo
close.
just posted in the
All
thing
right,
that
so
he's
then
extended
I'll
voting.
link it down below.
Yeah.
Yeah, do it.
So the first category is best simulation game, which probably not got much discussion, but it's Elite Dangerous, Rebel Galaxy, Farming Simulator 2K15 and FIFA 16.
Elite Dangerous I'd have to go with, just because all those other games are unappealing.
Yeah.
Where do I find
any.
the thread for this? Because
you can go to the
Dangerous,
Sugar Bomb Twitter, and it's a pinned tweet. You can see the link to it.
Yeah.
And then
for real, the Play Elite Dangerous. That game is fantastic, especially the new update.
I got it for like $30 on a Steam sale.
Oh, I got it for 15.
I mean, it doesn't look as good as No Man's Sky to me, to be honest.
Yeah, I feel like No Man's Sky is gonna be such a bust.
Really? I'm scared, man. I'm scared that game's gonna suck.
There's not gonna be much to that game, like in the terms of it's gonna be as far as you let yourself go. It's almost like but except not a Minecraft.
Dude, if you like Bethesda games are 90% exploring and making your own stories. That's what this game's gonna be. You explore a whole fucking universe.
I don't know. Anytime you shoot something though, like you get these fucking sentinels on you and shit.
Yeah, that's just kind of dumb. But I mean, I wish they had like a settlement building.
I don't know how long the thrill will go on of I discovered plants and animals and stuff like.
Yeah, I mean that game is crying for like a settlement building colonization thing. It's crying.
I'm sure they'll add stuff on like alpha style. I don't like when people do like the early access, add stuff on as it goes, but if it makes the game good, I'll wait a year or two, wait for it to get cheap, and when it has all the DLC, then you get it.
Yeah.
So then the next category is another one: best sports or racing game. Forza, FIFA, Rocket League, Need for Speed, NBA.
Rocket League.
Yeah.
Rocket
League.
Yeah, baby.
So then
that's almost unfair.
That's.
Well, I think Rocket League's in a couple other categories.
That game is so fucking good.
Yeah, it is.
No,
I think that's
legitimately addicting.
I was playing that shit when they added the new hockey update. It like changes the game because like it doesn't bounce because it's like a puck. It just kind of like knuckles.
Oh, they added a hockey update.
Yeah, it's so fitting too.
They're just great
awesome.
developers, really. Like
It's a full suck.
Their dev team is fantastic.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
And then best fighting game: Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, and Dragon Ball.
Killer Instinct.
Dragon Ball.
I don't know. I never played either.
I got a short story for you guys, real quick. You said Killer Instinct. I went to a Microsoft store like I think a year ago, and they had Killer Instinct in there, like the remake that came out with the Xbox One. And the guy, one of the employees, challenged me to a match, because Microsoft store is really cool. If you've never been there, they bring out soda and popcorn and shit. And he said, "You want to play?" I was like, "Yeah." So we go in there, and he combos me for the entire match. I didn't even hit the ground once. I got comboed for the whole match. He just
what an asshole!
me.
He just suckered you into a match just to beat your ass.
But after he leaves, one of the employees says, "Don't feel too bad. He's a world ranked champion of that game. He travels and competes."
Jeez.
I was like, "What a dick!" Like he gave no warning. He's like, "Oh yeah, man, just pick whoever you want," and then just melts me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a big fighting game person, to be honest.
I'm not either.
I'm not like crazy into it, but like they can hold my attention.
Yeah. Then the next category: best multiplayer experience. Evolve, fuck that game. Rocket League, Splatoon, Halo 5, and Battlefront.
Why isn't Black Ops 3 on this one?
Yeah, I don't know. It's in the shooter category, I think, though. So
okay.
There's a couple missing titles from some of these categories, I think, but they did have to narrow it down.
Well, I mean, it was just in case you guys are wondering, the listeners, it was decided by the team of editors on Sugar Bomb and some of the staff. Which
I did take part of that. That's what I was voting for.
So I mean, we just kind of threw out the ideas, and most of us didn't play all of these games, so it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
So we tried our best.
I mean, Evolve was so bad that I had to return it the next day.
That shit was that was the definition of paid review. That shit got
that was the
definition
of a
across
flop.
The fucking boards, and it died like
that.
That
was disgusting.
Yeah, that shit flopped so hard.
That was amazing.
I watched 15 minutes of gameplay, and I was just like, why would I ever spend
all the reviewers defending were like, well, what's wrong with giving a game like this a high score because multiplayer you play as long as you want? I'm like, because do you not play games? It gets boring over time.
After 1 hour, you're like, wow, I did everything.
Isn't half of it
unless you want to pay $200 for their DLC, because they have plenty of that on.
Their DLC plan was so trash.
Yeah, I heard it was like pay-gated a lot of it.
So bad.
The DLC was announced before the game came out. Before the game was announced, I want to throw that out there. They released images of their DLC plans before they announced the actual game.
Incoming and Evolve. Here's this, this, and that, and it's like, what the fuck's Evolve?
Yeah.
Announcing Evolve. This is our brand new IP from
so
Turtle Rock.
bad. Like,
It's
They
sad
just
because it had
announced the
like
DLC
potential.
before they
Like
announced the game.
the gameplay had potential, but they just botched it. Like Battlefront.
Yeah,
just,
no, they completely shit on it. Like,
which is a shame because like not a lot of new IPs are coming out. Everybody wants to remake, and when good IP or when new IPs do come out, half the time they're done horribly, and then people have less of a reason to make new IPs.
Yeah.
But it's not the game. It's not the IP's fault. It's the people making it.
yeah, it was a fun game for about an hour, and then you're just like, oh.
Did,
Are you
did
sure you're not talking
anyone
about
play,
Battlefront
No, did anyone play Halo 5?
I did.
My friends
Yeah.
both played it, but they
It's fun, but it's more Halo.
I like Halo.
yeah,
it's just Halo.
they don't like it. I don't know.
It's a good time. It's just not. Halo's not going to
it's-
be what it used to be.
Nothing game changer.
No, it
Halo
won't be.
Reach. Halo Reach was the last really good one in
Yeah.
my opinion. I love it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I still want to get an
Bungie.
Xbox One just to get the Master Chief thing.
3-4.
No, don't
Halo
get Master
2.
Chief Collection, dude.
Don't
Don't
get
get Master Chief Collection.
Why?
Apparently you can't find games on it.
Oh.
Well, yeah, no. Halo 4, you can't find games. Same with Master Chief Collection. I don't know if they fixed it, but when the game came out, people couldn't play it. It was so broken.
No,
Like, nothing
it's
worked.
it's fixed now. Yeah, I mean, for me at least, I played 1, 2, and 3. Fine.
Halo 2 was the best.
Yeah.
in my opinion.
Oh, Halo 2. No, that will forever be the best in my
Mm.
opinion.
I
When
have
they
better
HD
memories of Halo
was
1
so
because that's the one I grew up with. Like, I didn't really remember much from Halo 2. But
I couldn't beat
the
Halo
cutscene
because I got
updates
stuck.
they did with Halo 2 are just stunning. I can't believe what they.
Oh,
Yeah.
Holy
No,
fuck.
they do love their cutscenes.
Holy fuck! Because then you can
They-
change back in the middle of it. Just press the back
Yeah,
button
yeah.
and you see like this.
I love that. That's the best
They,
part.
yeah, they
graphics.
spend money.
And
They spend money on their cutscenes.
yeah.
Hey, well, they love their advertising too with the cutscenes.
Yeah,
Their
like
advertising
their
budget is
live,
some of the highest in the industry. It's like 200 million or something.
yeah, and their
like,
live
it's
action
ridiculous.
stuff. Like, yeah,
Oh, remember Reach? That live action stuff was great.
Mm.
yeah, it was.
And then Battlefront, which we already trashed thoroughly. In
Yeah,
this
we don't
Trash.
have to get much more of that.
Yeah, so then the next category is a good one. It's a best action adventure game. You got Batman, Arkham Knight, you got Assassin's Creed, Just Cause 3, Dying Light, and Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Dying Light.
Ooh.
I
Dying
feel like
Light-
it's,
Yeah, Dying Light, I agree.
That
Great
shit. It came out too early where it wasn't in Game of the Year talks, but I feel a lot of people forgot about it. But
Yeah, I think it's still in my top
That
5.
shit was so
to be
good.
honest. Top
that
3.
game was really
No,
fun
I'm
to
not
play.
gonna-
It was really fun to play, but Just Cause 3 is.
Oh. Yeah, I'm torn between Just Cause 3 and Dying Light.
It's
No, I
really-
just got Just Cause 3 on PS4, and I'm really disappointed in the graphics. They just look
Really?
really like,
Well, I mean-
yeah, they look really washed out.
Yeah, I feel
It's
like
weird.
they don't try on that. I feel like they're more with like just
Explosions.
ridiculous shit that you
I
can.
feel like
do,
Just
yeah.
Cause 2 looked almost as good, and that was like 2011.
2010.
I didn't play
Yeah,
Tomb
not
Raider
2010.
yet, but apparently that's coming out in January.
oh yeah,
So-
they said
Did they
like
push it
PC
back?
new Steam release or something like that.
Yeah, I mean PC. Yeah. But, like,
I mean, Tomb
Oh,
Raider
okay.
just got date raped by Fallout 4.
I know.
I know,
Why,
that was-
why the
that
fuck
was-
didn't they?
That was like Alvin and the Chipmunks coming out on Star Wars.
I'm
release
surprised
day.
That
the-
was,
the makers
whoever
of
made
that-
that decision was.
I'm
not-
surprised the makers of Tomb Raider aren't like suing Bethesda for rape. Like that was really.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Well,
actually,
what
no,
I'm
somebody-
saying though is
like-
that they openly came out and said that no, we're not.
Yeah,
We're not,
Microsoft.
we're not afraid that Tomb Raider's on the same day as
Exactly.
Fallout
Yeah, no,
4.
they
I'm
said
like,
that.
don't
Mike-
be stupid. Delay the game. I'm begging you. And I remember hearing rumors.
Well, no, they said why they didn't do that. They explained that like all of I can't remember what they were, but they said the other releases they would compete with if they moved the release date at all would still shoot it, and they said we'd rather compete with Fallout 4 than something else
So dumb.
because they said
They-
not
they
everybody
have
wants to play.
studied.
Fallout
Have
4
they
was, like, the
looked
second
up on the
best-selling
Fallout
game.
4 hype at all before they said that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's completely ridiculous.
Fallout 4 almost outsold fucking COD somehow.
That doesn't
It did
happen.
for a while.
Yeah,
Oh.
that simply
close.
doesn't happen.
Man, so if Bethesda ever says they don't have the money for something, I'm gonna fucking personally fly over to
Oh.
their headquarters
Yeah.
and scream in their faces.
Maryland.
No, I mean,
Just
Pete
slap
Hines
the
and Todd are
shit
probably
out of
living in huge mansions now. Got 10-car
Well,
garages.
Pete
and
is
shit.
on vacation somewhere that looks fucking nice.
No, he's in like the tropics.
yeah,
That's nice.
Yeah, I'm just like, damn.
Of course.
Good for him.
Hey, they've earned it. They've earned a break.
No, they do.
I need to stop.
Alright.
Anyway,
That's-
next.
Then best shooter game. You got Black Ops, Battlefront, Halo 5, Rainbow Six Siege, and Wolfenstein.
Siege, Rainbow Six Siege.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought Wolfenstein was 2014.
Old Blood.
The
Old
New Order?
Blood.
Oh, the Old Blood. Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I remember-
Old
remember
Blood, yeah,
seeing
Old
that.
Blood. Siege is
I
better
go
though.
with Siege, yeah.
Oh,
I'm
Siege
still-
is phenomenal.
I really, I don't know, something about that game.
And then whoa,
Have
we
you
gotta
played
get some,
Siege at all?
I haven't played Siege.
I'll be honest, I haven't
Played
played
Siege.
it.
That
I played
game
a
is
lot
like
of Siege.
seriously.
I love Siege.
I did not. After the betas, I was kind of worried. Like, I got bored of them, but they made so many fixes after the betas that I cannot stop playing that game. Every day, I'm like, I'm gonna go play like Fallout 4 or something. I end up just playing for like 5 hours.
What I really want is a Rainbow Six Vegas 3 or whatever.
Oh,
Rainbow Six Vegas was a great series.
It's funny is I hated those games growing up, and like I loved Rainbow Six Siege. I don't know.
Oh,
Vegas 2 has
$45. It's only multiplayer, right?
Yeah, I recommend if you pick it up though, make sure you got someone to play with. It's not nearly as fun without a friend, in my opinion. I could not get into it until I convinced like 3 friends to buy it, and now we play in like a big squad. Oh, yeah, go get so fun!
Shit. Matty gets all his games on consoles, and so I'm like, "Hey, Matty,
I know it's
game." He's like, "I got it for PS4."
Because like literally, Ubisoft will email me before a game comes out. They're like, "What system do you want this for?" And I'll just tell them like whatever, and they'll just send me console. Because ever since, especially after Unity, I don't want to get a Ubisoft game on PC. So I usually just tell them whatever and put fate in their hands.
Really well
I thought you were gonna say you don't want a Ubisoft game in general.
No, I don't mind them. I like them. I mean, they're really nice to me too. So I am a smidge biased, but like I'm honest in my reviews. But I just let them pick because I know then they'll just send me whatever works best. So I'll
wait, Matty. Did you hear about the patch they released for PC, specifically for Siege recently?
No.
They actually released a like HD texture pack for the game.
Oh damn.
Specifically for PC, so people could run on 4K monitors.
Cool.
Like the port PC has been very well handled, I must say.
Yeah, I think they're starting to take it more seriously ever since Total Biscuit started ripping them a new one, and like every Assassin's Creed, the port reports or whatever.
And after Watch Dogs, where they like disabled the high graphic settings for the console.
That was so bad.
Like, what?
I forgot about that.
I remember when Jim Sterling said that people discovered that there were like high-end settings that were like disabled from console. I was like, are you for real?
Well, Watch Dogs is such a disappointment.
I know. I was so excited when I first got it. I played it. I'm like, this was awesome. But then I didn't realize how legitimately hyped people were for this game. So like my review looked like a fucking con. I'm like, oh jeez.
Yeah.
That sounded like
when I first saw the gameplay, and at the end, like he shuts off the power in the whole town. I'm like, oh, I thought this was gonna be like a Gotti for sure, but.
This next category is gonna be quite.
Yeah, the next category is best RPG. So you got The Witcher, you got Fallout 4, Pillars of Eternity, and Bloodborne.
I was honest and went with Witcher because you can actually
you
can actually role play.
Witcher.
It's got to be The Witcher.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's that, Matty. You're still stuck as Geralt, and you gotta
But I'm saying, like, at least like Geralt, you can make the right and wrong choices, and you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, there's more choice, is what I think.
It's just that
compared to snarky and nice.
Yeah, it's just that Fallout really isn't a role playing game. Yeah. It's a first-person open-world.
No, it's best viewed as a FPS RPG. It's a mix of both.
Except
it's not one or the other.
4 kind of got rid of the RPG side and focused more heavily on FPS.
It's still there. Don't say that. It's still
there.
Yeah,
okay,
I'm still make choices, but it's
it's just
don't go
not
that
as
far.
important.
I love how like
no, I didn't mean
passive aggressive.
I didn't entirely.
I just hate when people say, "Oh, Fallout 4 is not an RPG." They toned them down a lot. Well, they streamlined it. They streamlined a lot of it. I mean, I think the perk system. Isn't that bad.
That was smart streamlining. That was smart streamlining.
I mean, it makes sense.
Like
they nailed that.
The system was streamlining, but like making voice protagonists and not letting you do evil shit.
No,
that's not
the dialogue.
I felt like that was
sick.
No, see, all they literally had to do, because like Monty made a good point. The writing in Fallout 4 is really good.
Oh, the writing's phenomenal.
But it's the choices.
Pagliaro,
like we always make this joke. He's literally that like first round pick QB that like has been a sleeper for years, and you're just waiting for that breakout season, and like he finally comes out and just does work.
Yeah, we said he's the Alex Smith of video game writing. If any sports fans are out there.
He they nailed the writing, but
the writing was great. I feel like the choice to do like we were talking about earlier, the choice to make it voiced, for one, got rid of some of the options because they couldn't do the whole karma system because that would have been too much recording. And that got rid of some of the deeper RPG elements. Because, Fallout 3, you can be a total dick. In Fallout 4, you can either be snarky or nice. That's about it.
I mean, the karma system wasn't really a big deal because it didn't really do anything in 3.
It was, they were smart removing that. A lot of people complain about it, but it's like, did people realize you can go from the savior of the wasteland to evil by pretending to hack Moira's computer, or you can become the saint of the waste by giving away water to some guy?
Yeah, it was stupid.
It sucked. It sucked in Fallout 3, but like... Instead of
I don't make
they should have like improved on it.
No, well, they would have had to like overhaul it. They probably didn't want to do that.
That's what they should have done, though. They really.
Well, I feel like I'm the same person no matter how many times I play the game, whatever choices I make. Like I feel like it's invisible, like choices that don't matter. whereas it doesn't change much. Whereas in like Fallout 3, you could dramatically change how the story ended depending on the choices you made. I mean, not to the level of some RPGs, but
well, I mean, also in Fallout 3, you were stuck like being with the Brotherhood. You couldn't really.
Yeah,
choose
no, that was horrible. Yeah, that was terrible. New Vegas,
New Vegas had the most choice.
New Vegas really nailed.
New Vegas, you literally get to the strip, and it's like, okay, you have like 17 things you can join. It's like, oh, all right.
Yeah, they're a way better example for an.
And even though they funneled together, it's still you felt like the faction you joined really had a different ending than the
well, because they funneled
factions.
together, but then at the end that slideshow shows all the side quests and everything, so it made you.
And then you could brilliant. like you could blow up the Brotherhood of Steel bunker and stuff like that. Like they really.
Yeah, I mean, to Bethesda's credit,
New Vegas
to Bethesda's credit, they took a couple of things from New Vegas. They took the different factions, running the factions. They took the companion shit, but they just messed up the endings and going with the voice protagonist. That's the bottom line.
I like how we keep circling back around to all the shit that does the fucked up on.
Yeah.
Like it's a great game, guys.
They got so much
game.
right. They got so much right, but
it's still easily like a 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10 in my opinion.
It's one of you criticize what you love because you want to see
love.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's getting shit on a little too much. I think it's kind of pissing me off.
I can't.
No, it definitely is.
Because people, the thing is, I'm gonna write an article about this on Sugarbomb eventually. But it's the whole thing behind hype-based marketing. When you hype something up for so long and you don't talk about it, and the hype builds so much, and then you just unleash it all after all this time, it just makes unrealistically high expectations, and people are just gonna end up disappointed.
Dingo did a great article about that. It was same Battlefront.
Yeah. I mean, the only other game.
Got hype.
I mean, GTA 5 kind of did that, but that was a near perfect game.
Yeah, that was a pretty good game.
No, that game was. I still have yet to see.
Oh no, that game was great while you were playing the story. Once the story
online.
Once the story ended, and online was broken to shit.
Online.
Yeah, there was nothing after the story.
I mean, people always see that's what I did. I don't want to get on a Rockstar rant because I'm not like their #1 fan. I like the games they make, but people go like, but Bethesda gets that free pass, bro, with their bugs. Look at GTA Online. Now it's the official GTA Online. They advertised it as 2 years later. Did Rockstar get a free pass? No, because it's Rockstar. Like, shut the fuck up. It's so many companies that people like get free passes, and that's okay. Like, I get the pessimism because you want to like show them tough love to be like, you got to work to earn our love, but like, they also need to work off something when they see people supporting them. That motivates them too. Like, it works both ways.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, with a game like Fallout 4, it's impossible not to have bugs because you got so many moving parts and different things you can interact with.
It remembers
everything.
Yeah, because although
people are just crazy if they think they can have a game with no bugs.
Because although the story may not be this free dynamic thing, the gameplay certainly is, and that's
the gameplay.
Every object you can interact with.
There's
no other game you can interact with every object.
Like, it's amazing.
Well, and like with the bug thing. Well, a couple of months before the game came out, Todd Howard or Pete Hines, whatever, said that they hadn't seen the whole game after, 7 years of development. So there's no way they could bug test the whole thing. If the developer of the actual game has not seen everything, that means the play testers haven't seen everything, which means there's still going to be bugs.
Well, the one thing on the bullshit meter here, the developer said 400 hours. 400 hours. I don't know about that.
I feel like that was such a specific thing. Like, they weren't talking about, what's this new enemy or something like that. They were talking about, like, I don't know, one of those little teddy bear things that they have set up. Like, it was something so small that they didn't know was in the game after 400 hours.
Well, if you go to every single location and build every single settlement up for 10 hours, maybe you get 400 hours.
Yeah, I know. That's
when the mods come out, it'll be 400 hours.
The thing is that I took that quote and I was like, let's go, at least 400 hours of content. And everyone just fed off that. But then, like, you kind of read it between the lines and you're like, shit, this might not be what they're saying. But then for me, right before I got my press copy of Fallout 4, I saw a tweet from a guy. He said, I did QA for Fallout 4 for 500 hours and I'm still excited to play. And for me, that's when I was like,
bullshit.
Fuck. And like, QA, for people who don't know, is quality assurance.
That tweet must have been bullshit.
Yeah. And I'm like, holy shit, 500 hours? Like, I could probably get an easy 200, I'm thinking. And so, I mean, I know you're in a weird position where if you're Bethesda, you don't go, well, like, hold on. It's only like 100 hours, relax. But like,
that's our game. Our game may not be exactly what you want it to be. It's okay though.
I think they had to pick their words a little wiser there.
It was definitely a mistake.
Yeah, they were probably like.
Well, I mean, that's another problem with all the hype. When you say it's all 400 hours and people's expectations go really low.
Yeah.
I think it's a good learning experience.
Yeah, no, they kind of built their own beast. They built the beast themselves to a level. Like, I mean, so much of it was fan hype, and there's a huge difference between fan hype and market hype. Like, If the PR department does it, it's different.
Oh,
but they definitely had their share of
they
marketing
definitely
hype.
fucking built it up. They had a new thing being sold every week that was remotely attractive.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Well, it's
I
also
feel
a
like-
thing.
They built their hype around the community hype. Like, instead of just doing the hype themselves like Battlefront, they put out stuff for the community to do the hype around. So they almost had us do their work for them.
Yeah.
Well, it's also partly because when you wait so long in between your games, I mean, in a sense, it almost hurts you as much as releasing a game every year, because you build these expectations, and if people get disappointed, like with this, then you know it's only 5 years until you can redeem
That's
yourself.
what I think.
so.
Everybody buys Call of Duty every year, but it's still like you're thinking. Oh,
But
this
at
is
least
still
with COD or Assassin's Creed, like every year you're like,
You know?
oh well, maybe this one they'll get it right.
Yeah.
That's
know,
why
so they can,
I
you know-
feel
And
that
they-
like 2.5 to
they
3
do
years
something.
is like the good sweet spot, because you see the developer
Yeah.
enough, but you give them enough time to do something new. That's
Yeah.
that's why I'm hoping
Which,
Bethesda
Like with Dishonored.
their
That's
new
why I'm looking
studio.
for Dishonored.
Well, Dishonored's been
Yeah,
about 3
hopefully-
years now. It's been actually.
Hopefully
Yeah,
with the
I
new
feel like
studio,
Dishonored's be good.
Their new studio.
yeah, hopefully with the new studio they shorten development.
That's what I'm
times.
saying.
Yeah.
Like, if there's anything you can take from that, at least they'll shorten it up a little bit. Because I'm
They
sorry, but like,
need that.
I am so fucking over waiting 5 years for games.
No,
It's
no.
So ridiculous.
I won't be able to wait for
Can
another
we-
Bethesda game. I won't. I can't.
Can we at least thank Bethesda for not announcing their game 3 years in advance, though?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, I
looking
mean, I
at new
hate that,
Battlefront,
too.
every other title.
Yeah, that sucks,
because I
too.
hate being excited for the game and then forgetting it exists till I see it on a shelf.
like the Division.
Oh,
Like
man,
fucking,
the
Oh,
Division,
the
I
Division,
was so excited for
they're
it, and now I'm just like,
ridiculous.
oh.
Yeah, they're,
it's like
they're
that shit was at
ridiculous.
like 3 E3s. Like you shouldn't be. You should only be at 1 E3, not 3.
Yeah.
I'd say
that's
2
great.
max. Yeah,
It-
like
it-
2 max.
Two. I
now
would say
it's-
2 is okay,
Yeah.
but like that thing
But
is
3, come on, man.
That game is really.
No, because I want to play the Division. It looks great, but now I'm scared it's gonna suck. Because like, why did you announce it that long ago and it's still not out?
No, I read they have like 8 different developers who worked on it. Like,
Oh,
that's,
no.
That's
Yeah,
typical,
no,
no,
catch
that's
it.
typical Ubisoft, dude. Have you ever seen the credits
Yeah.
for fucking Assassin's Creed? Oh my gosh. It's like Ubisoft
Yeah, I know, but-
China, Ubisoft India, Ubisoft Canada. Everyone's like putting their fucking hand in the
Ubisoft
cookie
Antarctica.
jar. It's insane.
That
Yeah.
scares me. That scares me when that happens.
It's insane.
So, we ready to move
Yeah,
on?
I guess whatever. Yeah, go on.
All right.
Best indie game.
So then, best indie game, we got Ori and the Blind Forest, Undertale, Her Story, The Beginner's Guide, and Rocket League.
Oh, Rocket.
I feel like we should base this choice around not picking Rocket League.
Ah,
Yeah, I was about to say.
okay, so I'll go
that's
with
gonna-
Ori. Ori and the Blind Forest is fantastic.
The Beginner's Guide.
What the fuck is that?
Beginner's Guide.
You never played that? Oh, my.
it's
Okay,
by
so
the guy Stanley Parable.
yeah, it's
I
gonna be the
don't
Stanley
like
Parable.
that game.
I'll go with Her
Oh.
Story because I just bought it on
Oh.
Steam, but I haven't played it yet.
So
That's
nobody
the only
picked
one I
Undertale? Are
bought.
you serious? That game has like a
Well,
I
CJ was
have
here,
to
he picked Undertale.
That
game
game's
has
meta
such
score
a
is
cult-
insane.
it has such a cult following though that I
Yeah.
hate it. It's like Markiplier. Like he's a great guy, but his fans are the worst people in the world. Like
No, I don't think you've met Homestuck fans. Homestuck fans are worse than My Little Pony fans. No offense to you guys, you like what you want, but oh my
let's
god,
not start
you
the
go
My
to a-
Little Pony thing again, please.
No, I'm just saying, like, oh, Homestuck fans are.
Yeah. That's just like
impossible.
how-
I
that's
want
just
to
like how
read the series,
Undertale
but I'm
is.
not going to.
Yeah,
I'm
like,
not reading Homestuck.
YouTubers have a hard time actually playing Undertale because they don't want to read the comments because it's just the snobbiest fans of the game. It's horrible. Like
Well,
So
that
again-
and it's hard to play story-based games without spoiling the story. You lose a lot of your viewership because if you're going to do a Let's Play, you're going to have to take a couple episodes, and that's a couple episodes where you're not getting as much ad revenue because the people that want to play the game fresh aren't going to watch
yeah,
it.
yeah.
It's a kind of a logistical nightmare playing a story-based game like that. That's
Unless
why,
it's
like, when
one with
Dying
a
Light
ton of
comes out or
choices,
whatever,
like
just
Until
one second.
Dawn was a popular Let's Play game because there were so many different like ways it could end
Yeah, I
up.
still gotta play
That
that.
shit,
Well, that was
oh
my
dude,
girlfriend.
play
That
that
game's
shit,
great.
so fucking good.
And I'm on
That-
PS4.
no, I- yeah,
what
that's-
the
There was
fuck
a-
am I doing?
There is a really good game theory on that. It's a spoiler, but Game
Yeah.
Theory did a very good video on that.
I love game theory. Like,
Right.
Matt Pat can feel a little bit cringy, but he's good.
His best video by far was the one where he compared like real life celebrities to YouTube celebrities, and like
Oh my
he had
god!
this one class A
Dude.
roast where he went to go like say someone's name, but it was actually legitimately hard to pronounce, and someone did that for PewDiePie,
For
but his name
PewDiePie,
was like
yeah.
Felix Kjellberg, but they like
Yeah,
mispronounced his name as a joke, and like he did it at like the perfect time and just fucking
Yeah,
threw
yeah.
it back on them. I'm like, dude, you're so
No.
good.
yeah. He does.
Maddie-
I've never not liked a video of his. He's
Maddie,
already
have
good.
you guys watched his Master Chief Armor video though, where he's saying all those like cringy
Dude.
YouTube jokes next to like the professional soldier?
Yeah, this guy had no. He gave zero shits about what he was. It was yeah.
Yeah, that's a hard episode to watch because you see the professional like body armor builder trying like looking at this kid like, why the fuck am I here? Like,
Like he had to pay
That
a
was-
decent.
I don't know. He's the type of YouTuber though that like I look at his videos and I get like I can't ever make a video like that in my life. So
Yeah, no,
it's impressive.
he's really good.
I hate
he's only got
Matt,
like
I
2
like
people.
this guy.
He's only got like 3 or 4 people that like help edit his
His wife
videos.
is hot as fuck too.
Yeah,
His wife
there's
is
that.
I'm throwing that out there. He's posted one photo of her, and I was like,
real.
He does like live streams with her too.
All right, next category.
"Mm."
This one's pretty interesting. It's called Best Moment or Quest.
Oh yeah.
You got reunions in Fallout 4, Hellbound in Metal Gear Solid 5, The Lost City in Tomb Raider, and The Bloody Baron in Witcher 3.
That one was so tough,
that's
but I
a
think I
toughie.
went with Bloody Baron because I remember that.
Yeah, I went with
I
Bloody
remember
Baron
that
too.
so fondly.
That was just like so emotional,
Yeah.
and I mean, just
I
the way they touched
played
on
Witcher
domestic
3.
violence and stuff like that, it was just masterful.
Yeah.
No, I have to go with Unions and Fallout.
But it was also so unique, that story, the Bloody Baron. Like that shit was just like you. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah,
amazing.
And I mean, I really felt for the Baron too.
Even though,
I mean,
like,
at first you want to hate him, but then you start to feel for him.
Right.
Yeah.
I still was an asshole to him, but whatever.
Yeah.
If I had played Witcher 3, and I need to, I didn't care for Witcher. I didn't care for Witcher 2 though. That's the thing.
Leave
I
this
didn't
podcast and play it right fucking now.
Okay. I might see if it's on sale, but I'm gonna have to go through Reunions because that's where you right.
Correct.
No, it's where you meet Kellogg.
Oh really?
Beep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Kellogg.
Yep. Gotta write it down. Gotta write it down again.
Gotta write it down.
Hey, Kellogg. That's not a spoiler though. That's not a spoiler.
Not that one.
No, Kellogg is one of the best written characters Bethesda's ever made.
Holy
shit!
Yeah,
his lines, all of his lines when you meet him, like holy shit, these were so well written.
They all make sense. It's like it just calls
it's like
being in the game. It's like, oh my gosh, I remember.
Yeah,
I remember
it's
that
like
too.
you don't find the Institute. The Institute finds you. It's like,
but but then you play through his memories, and everything he does makes so much more sense, and you sympathize for the person who literally killed your wife or husband, depending. Like,
I mean, they did a great job with characterization and.
I think that was definitely my favorite moment.
And of course, there's the Bethesda fans out there who go, why didn't they go a step further with Kellogg and make him more villainy?
Yeah.
No,
because they know
I
what
feel
it
so
is.
bad for Bethesda. It's probably so hard to want to make games in their shoes because it's always like, well, why didn't you go this extra step further? And it's like, we did.
They're under a microscope.
Fuck, I couldn't.
Guys, what if they do a Kellogg DLC? No, for real though. What if they did it like it had?
I hope you're kidding.
Like Kellogg's backstory. Like, no, that'd be amazing.
Oh,
dude,
okay. No, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Like it would be a bit of a departure because odds are you'd have to leave your character unless they went back into the memory machine and you played as Kellogg, but. That'd be
they better have some DLC with the memory down or some shit.
No doubt.
That was like not having DLC with the simulator and Nellis Air Force Base.
Like it's just wasted potential if they don't.
It is completely wasted.
The Nellis Air Force Base simulator, it drove me wild. Like I kept thinking that
I thought Bethesda finally got it with the memory done. I'm like, yes, they're gonna expand on that Air Force simulator or whatever the fuck it is. Nope. Not at all. Just once in the story, and it's like
I wanted to play through your grandfather's memories, or your memories of the war. Like they kept talking about shit. Like my granddad was in the war, I was a soldier, but you don't get to see any of the wars. Like
I mean, I don't really. Get
like Operation Anchorage style, watching the battle in China or something. That'd be crazy.
I also don't like how they made the fucking wife so boring. It's like you're a war vet. Like it's like, oh, that sounds cool, and then it's like the wife is what's she, a lawyer, right?
It's
like, wait, for real? I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's like. That's cool, but they don't emphasize.
That's how the DLC works.
Emphasize it
the man,
at all.
you get to fight a war. And
how does she know how to use power armor then?
Yep.
Yeah, there's gonna be like a court case DLC, like Better Call Saul type.
Ace Attorney Fallout 4.
But it's only if you're the woman. If you play the man, you get a badass China battle. But if you're the woman, you have to play a fucking court case.
That'd be funny.
Yeah, give us some time.
Okay, but you're right though. How do either of them know how to use power armor? Because
he's got
is only for
you have military training, and since power armor was available in the pre-war to some degree.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he does, but how does she?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, she doesn't make sense.
It doesn't really make any sense there. But
like, I thought they would just both be veterans. I thought that would be.
That's what I thought it was too.
Yeah. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a fucking lawyer. I'm like, what?
Well, it is.
Why?
It is 1950s style, so I don't think women were allowed to fight back then. Not to piss off any.
No, that's not gonna. Because it's a speculative comment, not him saying fuck women.
Yeah. SJWs, please don't hurt me. Please don't come to PAX South and punch me.
I can already see. The tweet.
Matty, I'm gonna fight you at PAX East.
Are you going?
I might. I mean, me and Joe, we should meet you there.
That's what I'm saying, dude. I'm trying to meet a lot of people.
You bitches won't come to PAX South.
We literally live.
Bitch, I ain't driving 10,000 miles.
I was just to say, I live a couple of hours from PAX East, and my friends.
Wait, where's PAX East gonna be?
Boston.
I don't think I'm.
Boston. It's all gonna be Fallout cosplay.
I'm just gonna.
That's why I'm so happy about PAX South. I'm happy because like I went to a anime convention. I wore my really badass what was it? Mysterious Stranger outfit, and everybody thought it was like from Sherlock because none of them played Fallout. So I'm happy to go to a games convention and people won't ask if I'm from Sherlock when I show up in a trench coat and a hat.
Or you can be Nick Valentine.
That too.
Oh, true
that
though.
too. Oh yeah.
Oh, I could.
Yeah, you actually. Yeah, because it's the same color too, isn't it? Now that I think about it.
Remember when people speculated that Nick Valentine was a mysterious stranger, like from that trailer?
Yeah.
Well, I think if you're with Valentine and you have the mysterious stranger perk, he like comments on it or something.
Yeah, he does. He goes, something like that. Is he a well-written companion? Because I haven't.
Oh, he's the most well-written.
I think he's the best one.
I think Kate.
Really?
I haven't fully explored Nick, but I think Kate's fantastic.
Yeah, I played through Valentine's Quest. You got to find 10 tapes, so it takes a while because they're all over the place. But it's very well written, very emotional.
I'm still waiting for Dance to let me get to his story mission. Like I don't think
it's because I'm not spoiling anything because I don't feel like bleeping out anymore. But it ties into the main story, so that's probably why.
Oh, okay, I got it.
Which I didn't even know until Maddie spoiled it for me. So.
Hilarious.
Dude, it got so weird. I'm playing the male character. I just talked to the voice actor for Dance, and then he idolizes me and I have the option to flirt with him, and I was like, oh, that's weird.
So shall we continue on with the awards or move on to the next segment or what?
Oh well, I think we should mention Metal Gear at least. Hellbound.
Metal Gear is great. I finally started playing that game.
Like that quest. Maddie, do you know what quest that is? That I'm talking about.
I haven't gotten to it.
It's with where you see the giant robot, Philanthropist or whatever, and he's chasing you around. That was fucking intense.
I remember that. Yeah, that was intense. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean that's a third place, but it was good. So then the next category, most innovative new mechanic in a game. The butterfly effect in Life is Strange, beating the entire game without killing anyone in Undertale, using everything in the world space in Fallout 4, claiming space with paint in Splatoon, and the HoloLens for Minecraft.
HoloLens.
You can beat New Vegas.
Yeah, you can beat New Vegas without killing anybody, and Skyrim. That's not new. Although it wasn't like it didn't change.
No, you can't beat Skyrim without killing anyone. You gotta kill Alduin.
Yeah, you can. No, you can beat the entire.
Yeah, you gotta kill them all. You gotta kill Alduin.
Okay, no, that doesn't count.
And you gotta kill a dragon in the first thing.
I know you can beat New Vegas without killing anyone though.
Yeah.
No, I don't think.
Well, you can even solve the Stormcloak Empire War with a sit down.
Many a true nerd definitely did that.
No, he got through the whole game without dying.
He did it without.
That was crazy.
Oh, he did.
Did you watch his Dust hardcore? His like Iron Man Dust run? That was insane.
Yeah, he did it both ways, but with killing everybody and
killing nobody.
He
was on some news outlets for that.
I mean, I don't think you can play Fallout 4 without killing anyone.
God,
no. Unless you use the syringe rifle. No, right in the beginning, you gotta punch out a bunch of fucking cockroaches, or the rad roaches, rather.
Well, you can just run by them.
I guess you could run by them.
Kellogg, guys, you gotta kill them.
I think Fallout 4 had a great thing where you can use everything in the world, though.
Yeah, that was pretty great.
I would probably go with HoloLens for that, though. Dude, anytime I see that demo, my mind's blown. I'm like, the future is now. Holy fuck.
Yeah, but did you watch...
Too bad it's $500.
I will spend $500 on that shit. Do you Skype on my fucking fridge? Are you kidding me? Let's go. Stoked.
No, for real, though. Did you see the like video somebody made about it, how, like, in reality, the actual, like, field of view is shit?
Probably.
Dude, get the...
Is that
in the Oculus? Oh, go ahead.
Is that like game specific HoloLens? Is that just for Minecraft?
I guess it would be Microsoft games in general. If I had to pick a game though, what was the first option again?
The butterfly effect in Life is Strange.
I really like that one because that one felt really cool because it like took your typical Telltale game but like flipped it on its head.
Yeah.
That game's so good.
I like the Splatoon mechanic. Splatoon was a really creative game. I liked that game a lot.
Shit, best multiplayer game of the year. I'm like, Fallout 4 is gonna win Game of the Year at the Game Awards. I already know because if that shit can beat out all these great multiplayer games, then you know what, Fallout 4 has a chance.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, hilarious. Guess not.
Geralt of Rivia had something to say about that.
All right, what's next?
The
next one, most anticipated game of 2016. You got The Division, No Man's Sky, Doom, Star Citizen, and Mass Effect.
I don't know if we can pick The Division because God knows that's not coming out in 2016.
That's got a release date. Division's coming out.
Yeah, it's scheduled for like March
26th, I think. But I don't know if Mass Effect is Mass Effect isn't coming out next year. I can almost.
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not.
I don't think so.
There's no way. They just
announced it. I think this past E3, didn't they?
Bro, this is EA. They announce games 3 years before it comes out, not a year before.
Yeah.
I mean, it's probably gotta be 2017.
I would go with
Doom.
Yeah,
I'm
I was
gonna
gonna say
Doom.
on that list,
Like,
I like Doom a lot.
I'm going. Well,
I'm
going
disappointed
with
No Man's
Dishonored's
Sky.
not on that, but I would have went.
Yeah, I know that was what I'm mad about. They didn't put Dishonored on there. Like, what the fuck?
Oh wow.
This is a Bethesda website.
Yeah, we're a pretty shitty Bethesda website. yeah.
It's because they didn't give us review copies of Fallout 4.
Yeah.
We're not putting Dishonored on our Game of the
No,
Year
by the
list.
time Fallout 5
We'll pull
rolls around, we'll be
Kotaku
getting
and
those
fucking
copies.
we'll bash Bethesda for not
Jason?
hooking us up.
Your boy Jason.
Dude, reading Kotaku articles on Fallout 4 is so much fun because every single
my
one
God.
is negative. Like,
There's
here's
so
a list of
yeah,
the
I was about to
newest
say,
assault
like, I
that
can
popped up.
understand the salt, but I also feel like as a professional, you should not be surprised.
Yeah, that's what I was joking about in the Twitter chat with Maddie and Rob when Jason Schreier of Kotaku, he wrote an article about the Steam fiasco thing, and I'm like, oh, they'll probably tie that into Bethesda somehow too.
Yep,
The paid mods caused the Steam.
The underlying issue has finally arisen, and now it is Bethesda's fault.
Yeah, knowing them.
You think they'd chill out after a couple months, for real?
Whatever.
Well, I mean, it probably cost them a lot of money.
Yeah, they probably,
True.
because especially, man, they probably made bank on that Fallout 4 leak.
Yeah. Well, because IGN was just pumping out article after article for Fallout 4,
Yeah,
right when it came
they're
out.
so did
doing
Maddie,
that
though.
shit. I'm
That's
like,
just-
I just make discussion videos mainly on that now. Like, are you like, what, you guys do more than me? Like, what the fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, they're still pumping shit out. It's like I just saw today. It's like, 10 things we didn't know about Fallout 4.
They
It's
upload
like,
30 videos a
it's been
day.
out for 2 months. All right, so
Next one.
then the next one, the best visuals, best graphics. You got The Witcher.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Well, that Ori and the Blind Forest, Metal Gear, Elite Dangerous, and Dying Light.
Elite's pretty good. I'd say I'd still go with Metal Gear though. That game is absolutely
I'd go with
gorgeous
Metal
on Ultra.
Yeah, I go with Metal
Was it-
Gear.
I mean, Witcher's pretty
Elite
too,
Dangerous
but
only loses
consoles-
I feel
because
like
there's
Witcher,
not a lot of stuff.
you could say because of its size, but I think Metal Gear,
Well, like-
in terms of actual graphics and like attention to
Yeah,
detail,
yeah.
I think it gets it. the most
but
right.
like the facial animations in The Witcher are phenomenal.
Yeah, true.
Like that shit
Yes.
is phenomenal. Like Geralt, oh my lord, it's beautiful.
Oh,
And the hair, like the flowing
Yeah,
hair.
dude,
Oh,
you
The
gotta play
hair-
that shit on PC.
and
I
then
gotta
the-
play that shit on PC. I mean, I've heard it's
yeah,
fantastic.
me too. I have it on PlayStation.
Yeah, same.
I saw photos of like the advanced hair animations that like Nvidia put out, and I about shat my pants. Like,
Yeah.
oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah.
It totally drops the
Shaq.
frame so much, but it's so.
So cool.
Wait, why? If we're
Shat
talking
my
best
pants.
visuals, I can't believe they didn't put Battlefront on there because as much as we bash that game, that's a
I mean,
amazing.
that's true.
Yeah, I had it
Probably-
on there, but then I
I
think
watched-
Dingo said like it
I
was-
watched a video
probably-
by arguably one of my favorite YouTubers. I don't know if you guys ever heard of the Black Hokage, but he uploaded a video called "When You Become Enlightened," and it's some dude who
Oh,
showed
no.
up to his friend's house, and he saw PC 4K gameplay of Battlefront for the first time ever. And this dude just sounds like he's pitching to a Cole. He's like, "Come to our side, dude. Enjoy these cheap games. Enjoy these great graphics. Enjoy the master race." It's one of the funniest videos I've ever seen because the way he just preaches it is so funny.
One of the
Yeah.
top posts on the games subreddit, and I'll have to go for a minute after this, but one of the top posts was when you've been playing on a potato for years and you finally get 1080p, and it's just a photo of Geralt making this like I came face, and then the top comment was, "But that 4K though," and so it's like, "Oh, don't crush his dreams, man."
Yeah, Geralt's a player.
I'll be right back, guys. I'll be right back.
No problem. All right, go on with the
So
next.
then, next category, best performance. You got Mark Hamill as the Joker in Batman, Doug Cockle as Geralt of Rivia in Witcher, Hannah Tell as Max Caulfield in Life is Strange, Viva Seifert as Hannah Smith in Her Story, and Brian T. Delaney as male protagonist in Fallout 4. You gotta go with Brian. You gotta go
Uh,
with Brian's the man. And those sarcastic lines just... That
just-
I would probably go with
Yeah.
Brian because I know how much heart he put into it, but I really liked Mark Hamill as the
Exactly.
Joker.
But-
That shit was so fucking good.
like
What
12 or
category are we
13,000 lines or whatever. Like,
best
that's
performance
crazy.
by voice actor.
Best perf- I thought you meant performance like gameplay wise. I was
I
gonna
I
say
have
no,
to, I have to decide
performance-
that with a coin flip.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I liked.
I'd say
I
Brian.
liked Geralt too. I mean, it's a little
Yeah.
monotonous, I guess, at times, but I still. thought it
Yeah,
was good.
see, that's the thing. That's the only thing that turned me off about The Witcher. His voice sometimes just got on my nerves.
Yo, I think he's supposed to be like that. though, 'cause he's got all that
he's supposed
shit
to
in
be
his body.
emotionalist because he's like a Witcher or whatever. It's like something that when they drink this.
But it's hilarious when he tries to make a joke with what's.
yeah.
It's so awkward.
Dude, I love watching
Funny.
like extra scenes that I've never seen in The Witcher, like the threesome scene where you think like Geralt's gonna like get with both what's her name, Yennefer and Triss, and like he just gets strapped to a bed and they just leave him and drink wine. I'm like,
Oh no!
I remember that was like, I'm watching this like, oh my god, this is actually about to happen. This game's awesome, and then they just cut it off, and they're like, nope, you're not gonna get either of us. I'm like, oh dude, and I think Dandelion discovers you. It's like, oh jeez.
Well, I knew from the first mission the game was gonna be good when what's his face? Wait, what's the uncle's name? Vesemir?
Oh yeah.
He asked you, he's like, a stuffed unicorn. What's that? And Geralt's like, it's private. That's hilarious.
Wait, what?
Something like
Wait,
that.
what? Whoa, hold up. I want to hear about this. What's going on?
Nah, because they have a stuffed unicorn, Geralt does, and him and Triss kind of do some dirty stuff on
Yeah,
it. So.
it's like a fucking, it's a thing. Like him and Yennefer can like do it on the unicorn in Witcher 3. It's so weird, but you're so focused on like the amazing body of Yennefer. I don't care if I sound weird because it's a video game, but holy shit, I know she's based off a real life actress, but like if the actual Yennefer in game was real, I would probably die.
Yo,
For real?
The hottest like woman in a video game is Quiet though, and her real life.
Oh my god!
Her real life voice actor.
Her.
Oh my god!
I just got her, and I was like Tits McGee. Tits McGee.
Like she wears nothing. Like all the SJWs and shit
room.
were so offending because she wears nothing.
Dude, my dad walked into the room when I unlocked her, and he goes, "Jesus Christ!" I was like, "No,
it's so
free
cool
games
though
these
when you
days."
use her in the open world, and all you
She
hear is
breathes through her
like,
skin. It's okay.
all you hear is like the humming, she just shoots someone. I'm like, okay.
Yeah, that shit was hard.
She's hardcore. Her, I know a couple people that killed her and didn't get her as a companion. I was like, you're not just missing out because tits. Like, she had a good story. Like,
yeah,
I really
well
liked
written.
her. Very well.
Next one.
And where are we at here?
Best
score soundtrack. You got The Witcher, Halo
Fallout.
5, Fallout. Ori, Metal Gear. Yeah, you gotta go with Fallout.
Yeah. No question. That's not even
like,
biased.
there's no question. You can say what you want about the game itself, but you can't say shit about the score by Einenzer.
Oh,
that shit was
dude,
just amazing.
Oh my
god!
Yes.
I knew he was gonna destroy it once you saw the fucking
awesome.
That man is a legend.
The Last Mariner or whatever. Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish they put it on
song
Spotify, but I will buy it if I have to.
I bought it.
I don't even care about listening to the radio in that game. Just having nothing playing.
Yeah.
No, I mean after a while,
fitting.
I just listen to the score.
So fitting.
I kind of feel I don't like how they copped out and reused half the songs from Fallout 3.
No, I love that. I think that's great.
I think
like
they.
that.
But the thing is that they
up.
picked the right songs, in my opinion.
They did, but I mean, from an atmospheric standpoint, I love listening to classics, but at the same time, I can't help but feel like it was just because they didn't want to spend money on getting new rights to songs.
No, but
I don't
bro,
know.
they've
never.
makes me-
They've never. It doesn't seem like they've ever not wanted to spend money on something. Really.
I
I feel like they would have been. They feel like they would have been bitched at if they didn't include.
No, I
some
think
of the
one thing. I think they're
great
gonna
songs.
hold out radio songs for DLC. I think they're gonna add some in DLC.
They better, because I hate how I hate it. Like that's why I loved what was it?
There's already a mod with 140 new songs. They waste their time
mods
if they
add
put
a
fucking
bunch.
DLC in.
GTA 5.
Yeah.
GTA 5 added new songs, and that was great. Like, I wish Bethesda.
But see,
I hope
the
Bethesda
trick
does that.
though is that with each of Fallout 4's songs, it has something to do with nuclear or atom bombs or,
Exactly,
or
yeah.
something. It is such a
and some have to do with the
soundtrack.
story itself. I didn't even realize this,
Yeah.
but the one song it's like "Baby, I'ma Find You," and it's kind of like the story where you go trying to find your baby.
Yeah.
I realized
Oh
that.
wow,
I
I
never
didn't pick up on it either.
Yeah.
Holy crap!
Yeah, I didn't pick up on it until recently. I'm just like, oh wow.
Did you guys know that Rocket 69 was sung by a woman? I did not pick up on that. That's a woman singing Rocket 69.
What?
That's a woman.
Wow.
It is.
Yeah, that's a woman singing that song. It's about a woman fucking a guy. I thought it was the other way around.
Deeper voice than mine. I'm not saying I have a deep voice, but I'm saying that's kind of embarrassing in my.
I read that and I was like, no way. It's true. It's a woman.
All right.
Also, though, I love the songs that they had that other person record, like the new songs.
Oh yeah, her.
Name is, but she was really good too. Like, I hope they make an album of that shit. I would buy that. That'd be cool.
It was like the producer's daughter or a wife or something.
No, I think it's like a famous person that made those.
No. There was some nepotism. That was like somebody involved in the game. That was their wife, and I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Like, she's phenomenal, but she was related to somebody involved in the game creation.
But I almost overdosed in nostalgia when I heard "Anything Goes" and I first walked into Diamond City for the first time. Like, that's why I love the old songs in there.
For me,
just so much nostalgia for 3.
Fuck. It's my favorite song, and I don't know why I always forget the name of it.
How
It's
does it
by
go?
Bing Crosby.
Sing it for us, Matty.
I'm not gonna.
Oh, Way Back Home.
Yeah,
Quick
way
Plus,
back home.
Pistol
I love
Pack.
that
Way
song.
back home. That's
Way
what
Back
hit me
Home's
when
good.
I'm
I
just
love
I
that
was
song.
literally just strolling across the wasteland. The way like my gun bounced like almost went to the beat of the song, and I was just like
Oh.
I was like snapping my fingers. I'm like, fuck yeah, I'm playing Fallout 4. Like, let's go.
I personally, out of the new songs, I think my favorite is Orange Colored Sky. That song gets stuck in my head so easy.
I like
Flash,
it's the end of the
Damn,
world.
Alakazam. I love that song.
That's good. And Crawl.
Look, okay, as long as I don't have to listen to what's that one like hillbilly sounding song? About like looking for uranium fever. That song gets
That
played
one's
way
pretty
too
good.
much, and I hate it.
But I always think of Noah
can't
like
stand
fucking.
it.
I don't know why.
Uranium
I always think of fucking Noah for some reason during that song because he dances like a dipshit, and I feel like that's a fitting song for him.
We need a video of him dancing to uranium fever.
Oh man.
Yeah, this podcast really misses Noah's loudness
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
Lowe's epic voice.
No, I feel.
I was gonna say, that's why we get John.
I'll cut off all your guys' sentences and talk way too much. It's
I mean,
cool.
I agree. I
basically
agree with Brian though. Lone's voice is just the best. I love that.
Oh, Lone's voice. That's great. If you guys haven't heard that, it's great. You go listen to our interview with him. We joke about Lone's voice and about his wife prefers Lone's voice over his. It's pretty great.
It's funny because it's actually true.
Like he's
It is.
talking
That's
to his wife in Lone's voice. Like,
And his wife said, no, keep talking like that.
like Lone's Mr. Steal Your Girl.
Damn. I wouldn't be surprised either.
We
Alright, so-
told him about it right after.
The next category is best storytelling. You got Her Story, Ori and the Blind Forest, Witcher, Tales from the Borderlands, and Life is Strange.
Tales from the Borderlands. It's a Telltale game.
Life is Strange.
I'm sorry.
A better Telltale game. From
Yeah.
Don't Nod
Oh,
Entertainment.
I haven't played it. I have not played Life is Strange.
I have not played Tales. except for episode 1, and that really wasn't that great.
I almost got Tales from the Borderlands on the
See,
sale.
this is why I hate reviewers, because they're
I
like
still haven't
they
beat both
roasted
episodes.
Tales of the Borderlands from episodes 1 to 4, and then 5 comes out. They're like, this is the best writing I've ever experienced, and arguably the best episode ever in a Telltale game. I'm like, shut the fuck up! Like you just.
I mean, it got great reviews. I mean, why?
Because I follow so many press members, and I love just reading their like dynamic thoughts, because they're too stupid to think like, hey, I shouldn't write this because someone will use it against me.
Well, I my pick would have been Witcher 3 for that category. But the next category is Dev of the Year, which I think it pretty easily goes to CD Projekt Red.
Free DLC,
But also
Central.
Bethesda, Pysonics. I don't know who they
So
are.
I think it's
343
Psyonix, but
Industries.
I'd say they're a runner
Yeah,
up because
that's-
they did Rocket League, and they did.
I don't know why the fuck Dice is on here. Like, just
What
don't vote for
the
that.
fuck? Yeah, developer.
It's like putting EA for best
Oh,
publisher of the
God.
year. Like, come on.
What the fuck?
Yeah. I mean, CD Projekt Red, besides from The Witcher being a great game, the way they treat their buyers or fans is incredible.
Mhm.
Like 20
Yeah,
free
they're really good at
DLCs,
that.
like all
Yeah,
the
they
shit
treat
that
them
came
like
in the
actual
box.
people,
Yeah.
not numbers.
They're really nice guys.
Yeah.
And then, last but not least, the big kahuna game of the year,
Mm.
Witcher, Metal Gear, Dying Light, Tomb Raider, and Fallout.
I still go with Fallout because that's the game I enjoyed the most. That's how I go.
Yeah.
Like, so many people base it off of like, well, which one's technically, agreeably the best game? And it's like, okay, yeah, The Witcher, obviously. But for me, it's like, what game did I play and enjoy the most? It's Fallout, easily.
Yeah. Although,
mean,
I don't know, Metal Gear Solid for me comes close second. I really love that game. I finally started getting into it, and it's pretty great.
Yeah. I mean, if
But
you would have
Fallout
asked
4,
me,
for sure.
if you would have asked me at the beginning of the year, like what I thought my game of the year would be, considering if Fallout 4 would come out, I would have been like, oh, nothing's going to beat Fallout 4. But then, I played The Witcher, which I never heard of until 2 weeks before I played it. And it's just such an incredible game. And like it just feels, because it's so different. It's like so new. It's just so fresh that
Yeah.
I had to.
You don't
vote
get a
for
lot
it.
of that in gaming
Yeah.
too. So much of gaming is just a rehash, and occasionally you get like an amazing new IP like Dishonored or Witcher 3. But so it's great when that comes along. Like
yeah,
that's why I
as
love
much
Siege
of a-
so much. It broke up the first-person shooter formula.
Yeah,
And
as
I
much
love
of a fanboy I am of Bethesda and Fallout, I just you got to give credit where credit's due in my opinion.
I agree.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's the most important part about doing reviews or article writing or whatever it is that we do and other people do. It's all about being honest and not being a biased fanboy and only going with your bias.
Yeah, like people would think at Sugar Bomb that we would just give Fallout 4 everything and say it's the greatest game ever, but Fallout 4 only got a 4 out of 5 from us.
Mm.
So I mean,
Yeah.
that's something.
Well, that's like a fair score.
Well,
I'd
it's
say
about
that's
being
about
honest.
what everyone
Yeah.
else gave it. Like the 9 out
Yeah,
of
I
10.
I
mean,
think that-
that's like an 80.
that's what it
That's an
deserves.
80.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have
That
given it
is
a 4.5 out of 5, but Dingo.
I think
What
it was. It was definitely missing some stuff, but it also definitely did a lot of things good. And I think 4 out of 5 is absolutely a fair score.
No, I agree. I think so too.
Yeah, I mean, people just focus on the negative shit too much in this culture.
Well, it's because everybody already knows the positive stuff. Like, people know all the shit it does right. So it's hard to talk about that because that's all people talked about for a couple months.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think as time goes on and in a year or two, people will look back at Fallout 4 and say it was a good game, a really good game, but it wasn't, a genre defining.
Right now
game.
we're focusing on the negative, but I feel like after the people focus on the negative die down, it'll finally balance out. Kind of like with New Vegas, when people just focused on the negative for a while.
See, I just think it's how just gamers are, because you look back at when Skyrim launched, like, I didn't hear a fucking negative thing about that game until, like, 3 years later. Then people started talking shit about it.
Yeah, well, it might be the opposite effect with this game. It might be in 3 years when all the DLC and all the shit's out and the mods, people will say Fallout 4 is better.
Yeah.
You don't know.
I'd imagine so. People are so quick to just write down what they think, and it's like...
And I mean, Skyrim wasn't hyped up as much as Fallout. It wasn't like, waiting for this game
it was
forever.
Hyped. It was pretty fucking
It was pretty
hyped.
hyped.
But Bethesda, it wasn't, I mean, it's not as much as Fallout 4.
not as much. I don't think anything even... I think we can agree that Fallout 4 was probably the most hyped game of the year.
Of all
I don't
time.
think any of
If not of the decade. I feel like that may have been the most hyped game of the decade.
I don't think.
I mean,
I don't
it
think
just
anything's
wasn't
ever
going to
been
live
like
up to those expectations, no matter what.
No. Well,
Bethesda's probably already cooking up Elder Scrolls 6 in the fucking back. Like, yeah, well, we're going to go give the series we actually love good treatment.
I don't know. I wouldn't be so quick on that, Matty. I think they might be doing a new IP.
Yeah.
I have that feeling.
Dude, they're going to do Fallout Online, and then...
No. Pete Hines said that they will never do that. Please don't give me PTSD.
No, well, I mean, they have ZeniMax Online Studios. They got to make something, right? After Elder Scrolls Online. That would be the...
True, no. But Pete said that they're never going... And I'm saying this vehemently because I do not want it. Pete said that Fallout will always be single player.
Well, that was probably...
No, he said that...
See, the funny thing is you said that, but, like, I was just making... Because I made a... and this is a little, I guess, preview for everyone else who's fucking watched this deep, thank you. I literally just made a video for disgusting speculation about Fallout Online, just to just talk about it. Because I like doing that stupid shit.
You're gonna have to disable the comment
I don't give a
section,
fuck.
dude.
I don't give a fuck.
like-
The series title itself tells you you're probably jumping into something you're not going to like, but I don't care. So...
You disabled the comments?
No,
Section's
I
gonna be
don't.
fucking trash.
But what I'm saying is that I do the research. Like, they got the rights to a Fallout MMO, like, intentionally. Because, like, they're like, Interplay's not going to do this right. We want the rights to it.
Well, yeah, they didn't want, like, Fallout 3 by them, and then they have Interplay making another Fallout game. That wouldn't have been good.
No, but
that's why they have ZeniMax.
I'm telling you that based off, like, how Pete, like... Remember how he said, like, when they got, like, New Vegas, or they just released New Vegas, rather... And they were saying, like...
He said we didn't buy this IP to make 2 games.
Yeah, like, I don't believe that... When you apply that logic to Fallout Online and them just getting the license, it's not like, oh, we just got the license just to have it. No. Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Well, the thing with Bethesda that I've noticed, they like to, like, bridge the gap between their major series, like with Fallout 3 and New Vegas in between 4, and then now with Skyrim, and 6 you have Elder Scrolls Online to kind of bridge the gap. So I think something's going to be made in the Fallout game.
Fallout Shelter 2.
Why is it such a bad thing for them to make Fallout Online?
Because Elder Scrolls Online didn't turn out so well.
I mean, if you like it, you do. If you like it, great. If you don't, then you don't play it. But like, I just don't see it. I don't see a situation to present itself that says that more Fallout is a bad thing.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, here's the thing though, is because one thing that's good is that A, it's gotten streamlined a lot more, where an MMO wouldn't hurt it as much. But B, and the thing that I thought about for a long while is that Tamriel Unlimited. I'm saying that specifically because the original launched Elder Scrolls Online was trash. But Tamriel Unlimited though, the overhaul rather, is very good. It has fantastic reviews.
Oh, okay. I might check it. Was that like the next?
That's like that's when they released it on consoles, and like they gave people free upgrades and stuff. There's a lot of DLC, it's a lot of quests. I'm picking it up soon because it's on sale, dude. Like, it's not a bad game at all. And
they even more so, like, they already had experience with Elder Scrolls Online with what not to do.
Yeah.
Oh, true. Okay, you know what? I didn't even think about that. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and advocate, like, I want online. Like, if you pick between single player and online, sure, but just for discussion's sake, like, if they did online, I'm more open-minded to it. But,
it would definitely be more, like definitely interesting.
I mean, I'd much rather see another Obsidian Fallout.
Yeah.
No, Obsidian already said they're not doing it, though. After posting the fucking passports to Louisiana. They're like, oh, no, just kidding. That's not actually for
But yeah, like, Why believe them? Who cares?
I was pretty salty about that too because everybody said it was going to be.
I remember talking to Cody about that. I was like, no, stop it, just stop. You didn't just do that for nothing.
Yeah.
They
have a lot in the works right now though. Obsidian, they got
it's just like
World of Tanks. They got
Wait, is Obsidian doing World of Tanks for the consoles? Yeah. I didn't realize that was them.
That's just weird.
This is what I heard.
I don't like World of Tanks at all.
And they might be doing a Vampire the Masquerade game.
Oh, says CJ. Come on.
Says CJ.
Come on.
So if they're doing that would probably nix a Fallout game, but who knows?
Maybe that's what they're going to New Orleans for.
For a vampire game. Oh, God.
Absolutely. Hey, you could be like what was that movie with was it like Brad Pitt or something in it about vampires in New Orleans? Shit. Or at least it started in there. I don't remember. There was a movie where they were in New Orleans.
Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter.
Obsidian's literally like the goats because they want to do Fallout again. They want to do Knights of the Old Republic again.
And so, they're not making the South Park.
No, they're not. But still, like they want to do games people want, and it's like
they are so good at piggybacking though.
But I don't like.
They're
underappreciated.
If you want to let a studio make your game, then I would. Yeah.
I mean, I don't see another Obsidian Fallout happening, though, because I feel like Bethesda would want them to keep it going with the voice protagonist and the perk system and everything, and I don't think Obsidian would, like, really want to do that.
I don't, like,
they burned bridges after they burned bridges after they screwed them on the bonus, too, so...
Yeah,
I'm sure
they'd be open.
Even if they just said, "Hey guys, want to make another Fallout?" They're not gonna be like, "No, you didn't give us our bonus. We're not gonna make another Fallout."
Yeah, but I feel like it would make it more difficult to negotiate one. I feel like that would put a wrench in the works significantly. Even
they've said specifically that they want to do another Fallout.
Yeah, those guys.
I didn't see that.
Fallout. They love Fallout, so
that's where the whole Louisiana thing came from. They said that if they ever made one again,
it would be in fucking Louisiana. I'm like, oh jeez,
which would be great because I live like 3 hours away from the border, so I could go visit wherever they did it.
Well, I think this wasn't just Obsidian. The guy who posted the picture is the one who said that. You know,
exactly. It's amazing, like how.
Yeah. Well, was it Chris Avalon?
Josh Sawyer.
Josh Sawyer, yeah.
And I think they said the top 3 places they would put it would be New Orleans, L.A., and Florida, I think.
Yeah.
Florida would be...
I think Florida would be the coolest. Because that was actually... No, did you know? There was actually a Fallout game that was going to be set in Florida. I forget what it was.
I read that somewhere.
No, it was Tactics 2. Fallout Tactics 2 was going to be set in Florida.
I remember
had mutated alligators.
I remember hearing...
Had mutated alligators.
What was the Fallout game that was going to be in Chicago? I think that was actually Fallout Online. Or Van Buren, that's what it was.
Oh, really? I thought that was Van Buren.
Well, I mean, Tactics mentioned
Fallout
Chicago.
Online had a concept art that was of Australia, so they were going to take you to a lot of places.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh, Lone would have been happy.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna fucking skip the segment 3 that we normally do because there's no way unless this is a 3-hour fucking cast.
Whoa!
Nobody would sit through that, Matty.
What?
Well, Matty, the last one we did was really long. That was like 2.5 hours.
It was like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, true. Fuck it. All right, we're not gonna skip it then.
I got nothing else to do. My brother's playing Black Ops on the TV, so I can't go back to gaming.
It's
I
apologize.
I was about to say I apologize. You know, why did I speak for everyone? I'm a dick. This is why no one likes me on Reddit.
Yeah. First you beat up on little 6-year-olds and beer pong, and now this.
Fuck you, Matty. No, I'm kidding.
All right, so what we're playing, favorite news bit. Since I got you all on the spot, I'll go first so that you can cram real quick and find something.
I got everything too.
Yeah. So I'll hop in. I've gotten a lot of games for Christmas and I have a lot to start. So I don't have like a lot of time in any specific game, but the one I've played the most is, wait for it, Lego Dimensions. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
Recommended for 7 to 14-year-olds.
What?
Well, it fits Matty just fine.
Yep. Dude, this shit is so cool. I built Legos for the first time since I was a kid yesterday, and I had a blast.
You sound so happy, Matty.
I literally built this fucking portal. I'm just sitting on my floor in my room. Just like I'm 5 again.
With your tongue out and everything.
Yeah, just like building. Yeah. Oh my god.
Legs are kicking.
It's cool though, because in the game when you let's say you built you can build a Batmobile and you like put it on the portal and then it just appears in game. It's like, oh fuck. I don't know if you saw my Snapchat video, Monty, when I posted it on my story.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I shit my pants when I did that. I fucking like put the thing on the portal.
Wait, can you just build like anything to put on the portal? Like
no, it's got to be it's really all in the disc, and the build is just kind of I don't want to say just for fun, but what's cool about it is that you unlock in-game new instruction manuals, and that has you like rebuild things. And
so you can't build like a giant flying penis ship or some shit.
Oh shit!
Unless you're playing, I think there's like a game called Lego Worlds on the PC, which is
yeah, Yeah,
is pretty cool.
it's like Minecraft with Legos.
Yeah.
It's actually it got good reviews.
But I have right next to me, you might hear me picking it up right now. I have the level pack for Portal 2, which looked fucking awesome.
Oh,
I can't wait to play that because I like Portal a lot. But it's fun. It's like a Lego game with like that actual Lego. I mean, I don't like toys to life, but the reason I got this is because it literally brings to life what I imagined when I picked up Legos as a kid and like tried playing with them and stuff.
yeah. No, it's a total nostalgia trip.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm way out of my age bracket. It says clearly on the box, as you said, 7 to 14, but I really like this. As for my favorite gaming news, which really isn't gaming news at all, just because I've been living and breathing this movie since I saw it, episode 7.
Oh yes.
Yeah, we'll talk about.
I saw it for the 4th time today.
Yeah, oh fuck you, man! I'm so jealous. I've only seen it once. They broke a record for the first movie to break $1 billion faster than any movie ever
In 12 days. Jesus Christ.
It's because of people like you who just.
Wait, that's crazy because like GTA 5
Avatar,
made
the highest
$1 billion in like 3 days.
Of all time, only made $3 billion. The highest grossing film of all time only made $3 billion total in box office runs. This made a third of that in 12 days.
That's mind blowing because how does
it's projected to make $11 billion.
How does GTA 5 make $3 billion or make $1 billion in 3 days then?
Because they ship like 20 million copies, and that's like an estimate of how much they're gonna sell. I don't think
I
think that's
shipped. I remember that.
I think that's actually numbers. I'll look.
Yeah, but it's over a longer period. Like GTA's made billions of dollars over like a 2-year period, instead of a movie's only out for like a month.
12 days.
No, but it was only 3 days it took them to make $1 billion.
For real? I'll Google that shit. That doesn't sound right.
No, that's like a real number. I'll find it, but.
Yeah, I know they made $1 billion and something, but I think it was shipped though. I don't know if it was sold.
It sounds like I think that was $1 billion shipped.
Because Fallout 4 made $750 million, but that was shipped. The shipped copies.
Well,
awkward silence.
Yeah, that's what I get. That's literally what I get for like texting for the first time during this fucking podcast.
We're not
focus on your job. All right. Wait, okay. All right, are you done with your Force Awakens bit? I'll go next.
Yeah, no, I just wanted to bring to light how fucking insane that was to me. I'm not like a big movie buff either, so like I don't know. I don't know if that's like a lot or not, but I thought it was pretty cool.
That's a lot of money. No, for me, I'm like Maddie. I picked up a bunch of games on the sale, so I've kind of been bunny hopping. But a game that I just got last night, and I'm actually having a lot of fun with, is Total War Attila. Oh my god, I can't believe I haven't played this game sooner. Like, I'm a huge fan of historical like battles and shit, and you can recreate them in this game, and it's awesome.
Oh,
like, cool. Everything's animated. It's kind of stupid. Their DLC practice is stupid. Like, it's $9 to get blood enabled. Like, you have to pay for the decapitation.
That's so fucking stupid. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. What?
Oh, they got review bombed. It has like a negative. The game, even though it's amazing, has a negative review on Steam. Because after that happened,
doesn't it fall for?
And it's a shame.
Fucking 5 out of 10.
Yeah, they made a bomb the shit out of that.
No, it's a shame because the blood and gore adds a lot, and I got it for $1 on the Steam sale, so it's okay. But no, they wanted like $9 for blood enabled in a war game.
That's unreal.
That's amazing. Like what?
Ugh. But no, for my news bit, this one, so many people salty. What was it? Oh, not EA. DICE is only going to do prequel trilogy DLC for Battlefront. There will be no Force Awakens, and no, there's not Clone Wars DLC. Stupid shit.
So nothing anyone
wants. We got like 3 billion views in a day.
So wait. Did you say they're only doing original trilogy, or they're only doing?
Yeah. No, they're not doing any Force Awakens DLC. And some guy posted on YouTube a couple weeks ago that there was Clone Wars DLC. No, just original trilogy.
I had a feeling they wouldn't do Clone Wars, and that sucks. But I can tell with the amount of time.
It's going to be its own game. Yeah, it's going to be its own game, which I'm totally okay with.
Yeah, please do that. But
I would rather Clone Wars have its own game.
I'm more upset about the Force Awakens because they did the Battle of Jakku, which kind of, without spoiling anything, filled in a small, not like necessarily story gap, but it just helped bring the movie to life a little bit more during Episode 7 at one point.
Yeah, because it's like, oh shit, I remember that.
Yeah, exactly. But there are so many, not so many because you only see a couple of new planets, but there are some planets that, like, I'd love to see a Force Awakens expansion for just those couple of new planets they showed us.
Well, that'll probably be Battlefront too.
That's what I'm saying.
The second Star Wars movie's coming out in 2017, I think, so they might include that too.
Dude.
Well, I'm hoping that they include some stuff from what's the new one coming out? Rogue One looks pretty interesting.
I mean, dude, I just when watching The Force Awakens though, I see all these different stormtrooper armors, and I'm like, God, DICE just fucked up the customization
it's
so bad.
And the reason there's not going to be Force Awakens, they're never going to admit it, but I guarantee you it's this. And I told you guys before we started recording, it's because they don't want to have to 3D scan in all the new armor and weapons.
Yeah,
that's the only reason they're not going to do Force Awakens is because they have to 3D scan all the new shit. I'm calling it now.
No, yeah, I totally agree.
It is a shame though.
The same thing can be said for the Clone Wars.
Yeah, but you know what? That's why it deserves its own game. Because if they did a half-assed Clone Wars, I'd be really sad. And I'm sad that they half-assed Battlefront 2, but at least now that they've done one Battlefront, I feel like their sequel may be a little bit more fleshed out because they know what not to do.
I just feel like it's wishful thinking because I know that they
that's what I'm saying.
Because now they're stuck. Because do you just regress completely on the graphics and try to just make an actual very good game, or do you stick with what you've been trying to force people to like for 2 years now?
You want to what would fix that? If they were given more development time.
I agree.
Because it's clear they got the graphics part done and then they hit their wall. If EA gave them a little bit more time, which they never will do, we would have had a great game.
Is anyone worried about the fact that it's called Battlefront? It's not called Battlefront 3 or Battlefront 4. It's just called Star Wars Battlefront.
It's because they want it to be their game.
But to me, it makes it sound like that they're making Battlefront and then they're just going to expand upon that, like GTA Online.
Yeah. I hope the next one's not called Battlefront 2.
You know what I just gotta say? I feel so bad. If you're listening to this and you're like 10 and this is the Battlefront you have to grow up with, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You don't know. You don't get it.
A moment of silence.
Yeah. Hold on, everyone, be quiet. Seriously, I feel like
Pandemic Studios. Where are you?
It's
my original game. Maddie knows this. I go on about a podcast all the time. I got a PS2 when I was 6, so I could play Battlefront 1.
Yeah, dude.
I still remember the day Battlefront 2 came out, and I had to beg my granddad to drive me down there so I could buy it, and he didn't want to buy it for me because it was rated T for teen, and I had to get on my hands and knees and plead, and I finally.
Yeah, for me, I remember sitting there talking about Star Wars games with one of my friends during 2nd grade. He was like, "Yeah, there's a game called Battlefront." I'm like, "Oh, what's that?" And he's like, "Yeah, you can basically play as the soldiers in the movies and stuff." And I was like, "What?" And he starts describing how you can just play out all these epic battles and shit. And I'm like, "Oh, Mom, I know what I want for my birthday."
You went from that high toddler voice to the
It's kind of dated now, but I still play it.
What's that? Yeah, man, I know what Battlefront is.
Oh, that's sad. Oh,
so who's next?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, who's next?
Who's next?
Slender, did you go?
Cody?
Yeah, sure, I'll go.
Or Monty?
Well, okay, first I just want to mention fast. I found out the GTA 5 sales. It hit $1 billion in 3 days. It was retail sales, though.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
Wow.
Yeah, that's crazy.
GTA is, I don't want to say, because I know a lot of people get pissed if I said it's as big as Star Wars, but it's in the same sense of popularity. It's
because it's a gaming thing. Star Wars is a movie thing. GTA 5 is a gaming thing. That's a totally fair comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an event.
Yeah.
There was actual the sick days claimed by people employees actually made a marked rise when the game came out. Half my school wasn't there when that game came out.
I didn't go to school when GTA came out.
The game
I was almost as hyped for that as I was for Fallout. It was close.
The game I was playing was Black Ops 3, obviously.
Oh, of course.
It's really,
we don't have
good
to
game.
Talk about, we don't have to talk about that.
But see, I think we talked about it a little bit earlier, but it's really not. It's not that bad.
It's not bad. And the zombies, it's got zombies.
Compared to the last two
Zombies is great. Zombies is good.
Zombies have been so cluttered. Why are there so many random fucking stands and boxes? Get rid of those. The news.
Dude, I miss the World War II zombies. World War II zombies and Black Ops 1 was fantastic.
Yeah, Black Ops 1 had the best zombies in my opinion.
Oh, yeah.
I rebought
especially with the map pack with all the old zombies. That was
yes.
Yeah, they really did nail it.
Taking it back to World at War.
Yeah. D-Reese is the greatest map ever.
Yeah.
In zombies.
Oh yeah.
My favorite news thing is I don't even know. I think this might have been 2 weeks ago.
The best thing is in the new zombies. There's when you go up into that one room where you can summon. I think you use the pen on it or whatever. After you kill all those creatures that spawn, there's a phone that rings. And there's this whole storyline in there too. It's insane. That. I think that's the most attention detail.
Oh yeah, that's the thing.
In Call of Duty.
Do you have it on PlayStation?
Yes.
Why don't you play with me then? What the fuck?
Never invited me, bro.
I never went too far.
You guys need to get some fucking PC games. I swear to God, you guys are no fun.
Yeah, my favorite news thing. I think it was 2 weeks ago actually, but it was when Hideo Kojima made his own studio and left Konami.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah.
Of course he joined PlayStation.
I'm so
but-
salty that we're never gonna see Silent Hills because that looked great.
But we might.
No,
but
don't
we
talk
might,
about that. No, you made me
but
cry
we
again.
might see. We might see a game with him and Del Toro and
Yeah,
Norman
it's
Reedus.
gonna be resurrected
better get
under a
Gito
different
Ito.
name. I can almost
Hope
guarantee it.
so.
Yeah,
They better get Gito
Norman
Ito in
Reedus,
there
so.
because oh
and
my
then
god.
like their game isn't going to be a Sony. It's not going to be like a PlayStation exclusive. It's just going to be timed, and then it'll be on Steam and everything. But there's that.
Oh, how do you guys? This is kind of off the wall, but how do you guys feel about Titanfall getting an exclusive deal with PlayStation right after Titanfall 1 had exclusive with Microsoft?
Oh no, of course it's okay. This is why I hate PlayStation now. Of course it's okay. It's PlayStation. I can't stand that.
Yeah.
I can't stand that because it's not that I like Microsoft more. In fact, I don't really care for either of them because they're both do their own shady shit. It's that when PlayStation does something, oh, let's wipe their ass for them. It's okay, man. It's PlayStation. Like, shut the fuck up.
Because they're Japanese.
No. Oh my god, I gotta
Well,
fucking
Sony's
bleep that
been
out.
throwing
God, I hate
money
you.
in so many different directions because since they lost
I don't know.
versus the 360, they've just been they bought the COD exclusivity and now they got Titanfall.
Dude,
They're spending all this money.
It just
literally
people
dealing
just
cash
love the
everywhere.
PS4. That's what it is. People love the
Well,
PS4.
PlayStation 4 is a
So
better
much.
console right now, and I hate saying that because I love Xbox, but
Yeah,
I cannot, like, my uncle was going to buy an Xbox One, and I explained the difference between PS4 and Xbox One right now, and he turned around and bought a PS4. Like, it's just...
Yeah, you have no reason to
I
buy
don't
an
even think
Xbox.
there's much of a difference.
Yeah, no, Xbox One just isn't as good. Like, objectively, unless you care about its exclusives, the PS4 is a better console in most ways.
I mean, I only bought a PS4 at first because I hate that Kinect shit, and I didn't want that. But now they have a Kinect-free version, so...
I don't know.
Of course they do.
Like, it goes back to like the Tomb Raider thing. Like, right when Microsoft was like, Tomb Raider's exclusive. Oh, fuck you, Microsoft. Are you kidding me? Oh, but PlayStation. Oh, Street Fighter 5 is exclusive to PlayStation. Oh, that's awesome, man. Great for you.
Yeah.
Good business practice there. Yeah, get some people.
And
in
of course, they're getting a bunch of praising for the Hideo Kojima thing.
Yeah. Keep
Okay,
one of the
I'd
best
rather
game
Sony
developers
did it.
fucking restricted, not just. I mean, I guess he needs the money somewhere, so I'm not complaining. I'm just saying that. I don't like how people suck off Sony so much when they do the same thing Microsoft does, but Microsoft gets the shit kicked out of them for it.
Yeah, I got Black Ops 3. It's all right. And then I got Just Cause 3 because I love Just Cause 2. And I mean, it's fun, but, you know, the story's still just awful. And
Yeah, well,
the graphics are kind of...
You don't play Just Cause for the story.
Yeah.
It's like playing Rumble Roses for the fighting. Like,
yeah, like
action.
I just fly around and I blow up bridges and I just blow everything
What
up.
turned me
and,
off
you know, it's
was,
like the Nazis,
What turned
dude.
me off is when I was watching reviews to that game, they were saying how like it doesn't run well performance-wise, and like for a game that's all about gameplay, if your shit doesn't run right, like oh god, I was like, nope.
That's what Battlefront had going for it. My computer is all right, but I can't run anything crazy. I can run that thing on ultra 60 frames, absolutely no problem. The optimization in Battlefront is fantastic.
Yeah,
Like, oh,
I agree.
I'm sorry, I cannot get over how well optimized that game is.
Probably because it's just Battlefield 4, just Star Wars Edition.
The Battlefield 4 still is a very nice...
Battlefield 4 is like, even on the Xbox 360, it still has a pretty active community. And I found out that Battlefront, it's still really active on PlayStation 4, kind of like Hardline. It's PC where it died off like that. But Battlefield
shit,
Hardline
forgot
and Battlefront
about
both have a ton for Fallout. I have a ton on the PS4.
There's more people playing Battlefield 4 than playing Battlefront.
Yeah, that is true though. Battlefield 4 is great though. Dice LA is really good at like putting out free content and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was Dice like Sweden or whatever that did Battlefront. Dice LA's been busy sucking off the Battlefield 4 players, which I'm happy with because I just hit Colonel 100 and I'll probably never play it again now that I did.
Yeah, I played that game like 24 hours, like a whole day's worth, and I'm still like level like 17 or some shit.
You got to get those 200% XP boosts and then land on like it's pretty much
Takes
timing.
so long
You have to
to
time
level
when
up.
you use your boosts because then you get your service stars and I like leveled up 5 times in a match the other day. It's
I don't think I'm the only one that completely forgot Hardline existed, honestly.
Oh no, I didn't
I saw
buy it.
Hardline on sale for like $5 at the pawn shop. I was like, oh my god, I'm not buying it for that.
I mean, I like the premise and I played the beta.
It was fun. I liked it first time.
I don't think I don't think it was worth spending $60 on. I think that's what it came
No, it
down
should
to.
have been like an expansion.
And that's why it didn't get active on the PC because PC players can play anything. Like PS4 players, console players are more limited and they're more willing to play shit like that. But PC players, we have no reason to stick with a game that's mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
Like
that's not,
EA
that's not to sound elitist. That's because we have every game ever created.
Like EA and Ubisoft just take like ideas for expansions and make them into full games for no reason. Like look at Far Cry Primal.
That game was like
That game,
such
why would I ever
trash.
pay
I like the
bored of it
setting.
after watching the demo. Like, well,
I mean,
Why would you
I might get it. I might just get it because I think the setting looks cool and the graphics are nice. But I mean, it's so stupid. Like you carpet bomb shit with like owls. Like, come on.
I thought it was going to be like
fuck?
a $30 kind of like
shit with
try,
owls.
It's so
I
stupid.
love it.
Wait, is that like a full game?
It's
Is that
you got a spear. No, it's a $60 game. I thought it was like a $30.
Are you serious?
Like, spin-off DLC. No, like you don't. Like I'm not trying to sound like a COD kid. Like, oh, I want guns. But how boring are you gonna be when all you have is a spear, a bow and arrow?
No, they're gonna have like DLC packs. It's like, oh, get your free spear when you pre-order now. You get a spear camo pack.
It's almost all melee based. If you're not carpet bombing with owls, like.
Well, I mean, Ark found a way to have guns in it, but like, I don't know.
I would pay $30 for that game because I did it with that. What was the one that came out with 3? It was like the VHS era joke Far Cry.
Blood Dragon.
Oh, Blood Dragon.
That was like 15
Blood
bucks.
Dragon. That was that was a well-priced game for the size it was and the content it had. I would pay whatever they charged for Instinct or whatever the fuck it was for Primal, but not $60. That's not a $60 game.
I mean, most of the gameplay mechanics are just stolen right from Far Cry 3. It's crazy. And to tame an animal, all you do to tame an animal is just give them food. It's like mindless.
I wish I could have a fucking wild bear that wants to kill me. I could hand him some fucking berries.
Just here, take this steak, and then you'll follow me around and kill things on my command. Yeah.
It's like, oh, here, bear steak. Don't kill me, please. Like, I wish it was that easy.
If you give me a steak, I'll follow you around and kill people.
Oh yeah, to be fair, I'd do it for a nice steak.
Yeah.
So let's shift over to our fan questions. First one.
Oh, this is my favorite part.
Yeah, we got some good ones. Legitimate good ones, by the way. First one comes from Isaiah XCIX, which I'm assuming stands for some type of year. What's your favorite Star Wars memory?
Ooh.
Okay.
This doesn't have to be a movie, by the way. Game, movie, whatever.
Yeah, definitely playing Battlefront 2.
Yeah, same.
With my well, he's kind of my brother, like my friend. Like just like the co-op playing it. It was so fun, and for like
so many all-nighters were spent for me.
Yeah,
playing
you never get sick of it.
My friends. No,
so good.
For me, I'd say I had a lot of fun with Battlefront, but for me, I think because of like the fact that I found it myself I was at Circuit City for some reason with my dad, and he's like, yeah, if you want to get a game over at the discount section, you can. I'll pick one up for you because you were so good. Because I was a little kid at the time, so he was like, thanks for doing errands with me, so I want to like get you a little treat. And so I go over to this discount section and like I'm looking through all the games, and I think it was like a 10 or under section. And like sitting right there is, I think it was, what did they call the Xbox games when they were like the greatest hits or platinum hits? I think platinum hits. That's what it was.
Like that.
And I found like Knights of the Old Republic platinum hits, and I saw it was Star Wars. And at this point, I had never seen a Star Wars movie or anything. I just knew that people said Star Wars was awesome, and I think this was like around the time that a lot of prequel games or the prequel movies were coming out. So there's a lot of people talking about Star Wars and stuff. So I was like, all right, well, I hear it's pretty good. Mind you, I'm a little kid at this time, so this wasn't this much logical thinking involved. But I was probably thinking like, ooh, Star Wars is cool. I'm gonna get this, and so I grabbed it off the shelf, and obviously the rest is history because I talk about it on a weekly basis now about how amazing Knights of the Old Republic is and forever will be.
Yeah, you got me to buy it.
Yep.
Oh, smart. Yeah, no, Matty is doing God's work. Although KOTOR 2 is still better, in my opinion. KOTOR, but to get the full experience of KOTOR 2, you really have to play the first one.
Exactly.
Because there's so much like crossover. Like you're missing out on half the game if you just play KOTOR 2 by itself.
And when they added the achievements, you found out how how big of a game KOTOR 2 was. It's like, oh my gosh, like there was some when they added achievements in this summer, I had no idea about half the shit they put in there.
Well, and then if you download the reclamation mods, like where they pulled out like a ton of the cut content, and you realize if it weren't for the time the time limit, just how large the game would have been, kind of like Fallout New Vegas. It's absolutely mind blowing.
I know, especially for its time. And then you find out that in 2006 they canceled KOTOR 3 on the 360.
Oh, shut up!
Yep.
Oh,
worst cancellation ever. I don't care.
Don't remind me. No, Silent Hills was worse. That's the second one.
No, because because they literally said they were done and they were just adding stuff to the planets, just a couple of things here and there. The game was basically done and they had to cancel it.
Why?
Let me look it up. Hold on.
Okay, no, I didn't know it was done. I just knew that they canceled it. I always thought it was like a Darth Maul.
I apologize for anyone listening who hears my typing. That's the Old Republic 3. Okay. Okay. I'm on Wikipedia right now.
Wikipedia, hell yeah.
All right, so according to designer John Stafford, we got quite a bit of traction. We wrote a story, designed most of the environment/worlds, and many of the quest characters and items. However, when the game was close to starting development, that sounds like something that would be in development, LucasArts hit a difficult period in the company's history, which led to the project being canceled.
So they had it all scripted out, they just hadn't programmed it.
I guess. Okay, so
Yeah.
So,
I wish they would at least, like,
plot
release
summary.
the
I actually had
scripts.
not read this.
Oh.
In Rogue Leaders, the story of LucasArts, a 2008 reference book by Rob Smith covering the history of LucasArts, nothing is told of the plot of the game except that one of the characters in the game was a female named Narisha. Artwork of an unknown female character is also featured in the book. Due to the game being canceled, all stories, events, characters, and places that were scheduled to appear in the game are considered to be non-canon unless they appeared in prior media.
That makes me sad.
Oh,
Rip.
wow.
Moment of silence.
Why? Like, why cancel it? Like, like, why when you are in the shitter would you decide to cancel your best game?
He's reliving it right now.
Because I don't.
Because
I
KOTOR
read
2 got
something.
mediocre reviews.
People are stupid
That's
for
why.
saying that.
They did, but like that's the fact is it got middle of the line reviews from critics at the time. Now it's a cult hit, but back then, I guess they didn't think it was a decent investment.
We're reopening old wounds for Matty right now.
I remember reading it and just
No,
being
he's gonna
devastated.
be, like,
But like,
rocking
now
the
that I'm a little
corner
bit
or something.
older and I understand how companies work, like you look at Bethesda, like what if they canceled Morrowind? That's what I think. That's what I think right now. What if,
Yeah.
They just closed up shop.
They're just like, okay, well we're
No
fucked.
reason.
Cancel that game. You know, why not say, all right, let's go out fighting. Let's make this good ass KOTOR for Maddie.
I read this article
A lot
not
of-
too long ago though that they're working on a remaster of
That's what I'm saying. There's so many fucking rumors. Like I said this earlier. I'm not even gonna repeat myself. But EA likes their money. Like here it is.
Yeah.
Go remake this shit. I will cry when that happens.
Look, as long as it's a good remake and EA doesn't rush it, which they will, but if they didn't, I mean,
Imagine.
oh,
All right.
why?
Favorite Star Wars
okay.
memories? Any others before we move on?
I actually got one. Up until last week, I would have said pulling all nighters with my buddy playing Galactic Conquest, but I got the good fortune to go to the Star Wars premiere at like the biggest theater in San Antonio, and that was just like the most incredible experience of my life. Like the 501st were there, everybody's dressed up, everybody's so excited, and then the movie started. There was an hour-long delay because of a showing issue, so they didn't do trailers. The movie just started, and like people were jumping out of their seats every time a new character appeared. The audience interaction was insane. And
That's amazing.
it was really just
That's really
one
cool.
of the greatest experiences of my life. Oh my god! If you guys get a chance to go to the episode 7 premiere, do it, or episode 8. I mean, and even though it won't be quite the same, it's just going to a Star Wars premiere the night it opens is, I don't want to say life changing. That sounds like ridiculous, but as far as being a nerd goes, it's pretty much the closest thing you can get to like heaven.
Yeah.
See, I saw
Yeah.
episode 3 in theaters when it premiered. Or did I say 7 or 3? I meant to say 3.
3. You said no. You said 3.
Okay, yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
meant to say. Yeah, I saw that when it premiered when I was a
Yeah.
little kid. That was pretty fucking cool, but obviously
I read a
people
story about
hate
how
on
people
that.
lined up at. People lined up. There's like the movie theater that the original premiered in Hollywood. Like there's a ritual when the new Star Wars comes out, you line up like a week in advance. But these people started lining up 3 weeks before Episode 3 came out, and nobody thought to tell them that Episode 3 wasn't being shown in that theater
Oh my
until
god.
until almost right before the movie premiered, and they're like, "Hey guys, you realize that we're not showing it here, right?" 3 weeks after they started lining up.
God.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Yeah. So our next question comes from Captain Abrams 42. He said, "Is there any famously bad games that you actually enjoy?" Now, I don't know if we want to say famously bad for this question. Just is there like a guilty pleasure, like one that is like a known game that not a lot of people like, but you still do enjoy?
There's a lot of bad games that I really hate.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Not quite the point of the question. Give me a second. I
Fuck
know
your
I-
question. I'll make my own question.
I have a
Well-
lot of ridiculous amount of time put into Halo Wars, and that's not a very popular game.
That would
but,
definitely constitute as one. Absolutely.
Yeah. And when I say a ridiculous amount of time, like 140 some days, but
Jesus Christ.
like that's so yeah.
Oh, what's one? I know I have some.
I'm
You guys
scrolling
keep
through. I'm
going.
scrolling through my Steam library right now, dude.
I'm about to go through my Steam library. I won't lie.
Just to double check.
I'm trying to think of my console games first. Like, were there any console games I loved that everybody else hates?
I have a decent one. There were these old Baldur's Gate games, and they were really popular when they were those over-the-head isometric games. But someone I forgot who it was, got their hands on the series and made them these over-the-top beat-em-up games. Kind of like how Fallout Brotherhood of Steel is. You know how that game, like, everyone shit on it for it? Yeah. And I love the new Baldur's Gate theme. It's very similar to if anyone's ever played, like, Champions to Arms or anything like that type of game. Yeah. Just over-the-head, RPG, you know, the mythical story and lots of loot focus. Oh my gosh. Like, my addiction, my crack as a kid was this game. But I know it didn't get that good of reviews because in the scheme of things, it was just not what made the series famous. But oh my gosh, that shit was so fun. I used to play like...
As like an objective thing, it was great.
Couch co-op on that game was the best. And it's such a shitty fucking character class system too. It was like,
oh my god,
he was like male human ranger and dwarf fighter and like
yeah, God. Just cheesy shit.
But it was only 3. It was only 3. Oh.
Okay, fair enough. I'd have to say mine is, and I don't know if this would really constitute, but I really enjoyed Brink. Like,
that's a good one.
I put too much time into Brink, considering how little it did, and maybe it was because I didn't have many games back then. All I had was my 360 and not a lot of money, but I put more time into Brink than I'd like to admit.
Yeah, my brother really, really, really enjoyed that game too. I was like, what the fuck?
Brink. Oh boy.
If any of you say Dragon Age 2 though, I'm gonna leave the podcast. I hope
that's not that bad, dude. That's a good game.
It was Maddie, play Dragon Age 1 right before playing Dragon Age 2.
Oh yeah, no, you and I have had discussion before. There will never be a Dragon Age game better than Origins.
Dragon Age Origins, honest to God, I don't think any RPG will ever talk. Like, I mean, people will get things, like, aspects of it better, but as a package, Dragon Age Origins is, honest to God, like, I think the pinnacle of RPGs for the last decade.
That's how I feel about KOTOR. That's what I call the old-time BioWares when they never made a bad game.
Yes.
And now... I mean, it was like...
Well, they don't make bad games now.
They don't make bad games now.
But they're not the level good. Of you know, you look at KOTOR, then they did Dragon Age Origins, then they did Mass Effect, and it was like, oh my gosh, you guys can't do anything wrong.
And then Dragon Age 2 came out. And then they did
SWTOR, and I guess you could argue the ending of Mass Effect 3, and I think the fetch quests in fucking Inquisition were just abysmal. That was a disgrace to what BioWare really is.
I almost got...
Matty, wasn't that your game of the year?
No. No.
I thought you loved that game.
Oh, you're fucking trolling me. No, absolutely not.
I don't know.
Have you guys played Origins, by the way?
I have.
Have any of you other guys?
No.
Nope.
Oh. Nope. Play that fucking game. Like, holy shit. I didn't want to put it down. Like, the
companions and the main story. What's interesting though is that the main, I guess not really, rather interesting, but there's a lot of side shit to do. Like, and it's a legitimate focus, but the main story is, oh my gosh.
And the chatter between your companions,
the
turn-based combat, the way every single thing you do impacts the rest of the story.
But it's not even like turn-based because it's like you can. It's almost action focused because you can hit like square.
Yeah, but it's like a turn-based isn't right, but it's like a strategic where you pause the game to make sure you're doing your strat right. I guess. Yeah, it almost. I guess RTS would be the closest comparison, and they moved away from that in the second game, which is one of the reasons I didn't like it. But every single thing,
and they trapped you in Kirkwall. What the? See, this is what I don't get. When I wish I could sit in every single game discussion room and just sit there and fucking roast whoever says, let's put them in the city of Kirkwall, and they will be there the whole game. I'd sit there and be like, you are stupid. You are so stupid. You have lost your job.
Especially after Dragon Age 1, where it was all about traveling and the risk of getting ambushed and stuff. And it's like, no, let's not let them leave the city.
Yeah. Like okay.
I wish
there was a job called Professional Job Terminator, and I'm hired to fire people in the game industry.
Like, put it like this, Matty. Like, playing, if you didn't look at the titles and the graphics weren't a factor, Dragon Age 2 feels like an earlier game than Dragon Age Origins. Dragon Age Origins feels like a sequel that came out 5 years later and was better in every aspect.
Yeah, exactly.
That's what it feels like.
If I was sitting in the room at Obsidian when they were like, okay, KOTOR 2 will have a big cliffhanger at the end and we will leave it wide open, I would sit there and be like, I would sit there and be like, you Out the door. Now you're fired. You just lost your job. We're hiring a new
But you
storyboard.
play Portal 2. You play Portal 2. Pack your bags. Whether the Cave Johnson quote about packing their bags. Can't fire cripples or whatever. Yeah.
Well, let's make an MMO instead of Code 3.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yes. Like, if I was sitting there with Bioware Austin, okay, they want KOTOR 3. We know that. Let's give them an MMO. And give them, like, I picture them just trying to pitch
Surprise them.
Yeah, let's surprise them. MMO.
Surprise them.
Endless content. KOTOR 3 through 9. They won't see that coming. I'd sit there and be like, get the fuck out. Literally, just go home. Go home and think about what you just did. You literally just said, let's kill our franchise. That's what you just said to me. Oh, man, I wish that was a real job.
Well, it is EA, though.
No, but I wish that was a real job. Just to sit on game meetings and just roast people.
Professional roaster.
Some of them desperately need it.
Professional
roaster just sitting there. In
Bethesda is now seeking a professional roaster. Apply here.
They are hiring on their new fucking team.
Experience got roasted by P. Hines 3 times on Twitter.
Yeah, I learned from the best. I just picture me typing on my resume. I really got burnt that one time by Pete.
Young apprentice.
Imagine if that was resume padding. Like if you actually put that on your resume. Got roasted 3 times by Pete Hines. Oh my god.
We're going to flip it to the other side of the spectrum when we answer this question from gamer Mika T. He asks, how do you talk to women?
Oh.
Yeah.
That.
Oh.
Our specialty.
Oh, well, you know what CJ says? Just ask him out to call.
Yeah. That's the key. Dude, I picked that question thinking CJ would be on. I'm like, oh, perfect.
That would have been great.
Hear him go on.
Be like,
wait, who's CJ?
Coffee.
CJ, I feel out of the loop.
Who's
CJ?
He's this friend of ours who's in the I don't even want to call it the Sugar Bomb group chat on Twitter because we just talk about
it's just a giant DM group of people.
Yeah.
You gotta add me to that shit, fam.
We literally
my
talk
god.
in there on like a daily basis, and I don't remember the last time.
Okay, one of you gotta add me to that
CJ's
shit
the most cynical.
Yeah, CJ is literally the definition of cynical, and like when you hear
is he on Sugar Bomb?
Yeah, but he was supposed to be.
He used to be.
He's supposed to be what, like lead editor or.
Yeah, originally he was an admin, but he kind of drifted away from it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's just at CJ Belando on Twitter, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I'll check him out.
He funny enough, I was just talking to him about this like one girl I was kind of talking to. I was like, she likes me, but she's like hesitant. Like, what do I do? And he's like, just ask her out to coffee. I'm like, okay.
That's actually not a bad idea.
No, it's not a bad idea. But like for this girl, she's not like a coffee girl. And you know what? To tell you the truth, I don't want to get up that fucking early. You're not worth that time.
Oh, wow.
Shots fired.
Clearly you don't have your priorities straight, Matty.
No, I found a better woman. But I'm just saying that, like, I guess my first piece of advice to this guy would be, like, if you have to wrestle to get this girl to hang out with you, even though that's not what he's asking, don't do it. Because I've
exactly.
If you stick around too long, oh man, I said oh man, you
oh man,
you don't want to do that.
Like the country.
Jamaica DLC confirmed for Fallout 4. Maddie had a Jamaican accent.
Oh jeez. So
confirm.
Okay, we're gonna try our best to guide this man and anyone else out there listening on how you should talk to women. I really want to hear what everyone here has to say.
Jeez.
I'm a throw in right away because, all right. So at least if you're talking just talk to women in general, talk to them, you pussy. But if you're talking like relationship wise, I always find it. But I'm like, if you're talking like talk to women like you're interested in a relationship. Oh, I always say be friends with them first. And I know that sounds like the passive aggressive way out, but you don't want to start chatting with a woman, get romantically involved, and then halfway, like when you're half committed, you find out she tortures dogs or something because then you're kind of stuck. But if you've been friends with them for a couple of years, you know their quirks and you know if you guys are worth getting a relationship, and you don't have that awkward 3 weeks into dating you realize she's crazy or there's some aspect that you can't get past.
Yeah,
you end up.
I hate when girls try to tell guys that I can't date you, you're my best friend, but then I see them post a picture with their boyfriend that they've been dating for a year and they're like, this is my best friend. I'm like, okay. So what the fuck?
Yeah.
Be best friends before dating.
Yeah, what are you trying to say there then, bitch? Okay.
My best relationships have all been with friends that I've known for at least a year. Yeah. And maybe that's just me, but I find that it helps. It makes it easier if you're looking for a relationship transitioning into it.
It makes it more exciting, in my opinion.
Yeah, that too.
You have to have some sort of common interest.
If you don't have a common interest,
relationships I've ever had was when we talked about it the one time on the podcast where we liked karate and stuff, so we were learning karate. And
Oh yeah, I remember that.
it just made a lot of sense. So like I don't know, you really got to have something that you both like.
Mm-hmm.
All
Yeah,
my
I
common
think
interests
it's-
I share with mine I can't talk about in public.
Would anyone recommend Tinder?
Yeah,
No
just
one
swipe
would.
right every time.
Tinder works. It does.
Remember our Tinder
No,
stories
it
like in episode like
shockingly
14?
works.
Like I don't know.
Remember Tinder stories in episode 14? That was fun.
Wait, which?
I think it was 14. I could be wrong. It was one of the early H.A.M Radio Podcast episodes, and we got into Tinder stories.
Wait. What are you saying about 14?
Remember? Okay, like I remember we talked some about Noah's Tinder date that went wrong. We talked about yours where she asked you to prom.
Yeah, okay.
But
Yeah, I have the ultimate Tinder story on that one where a girl legitimately wanted me to go to prom with her. She's like, I'm looking for a prom date. I'm like, ha ha ha.
What is
Good
this
one.
crazy?
Like, she's like, no, really, here's my dress. You want to go? I'm like, no, I don't.
It's like you're like,
Get out of that.
ha. She's like,
That's
no,
why
really.
you gotta know the girl first. Don't get involved if you don't
Yeah,
know.
she like invited me over to her family's house and stuff to meet her parents. I'm like, I don't even know your last name. But okay, if you're asking, like, how do you talk to a woman? If you're like really, how do I word it? Not socially awkward, because that's mean. If you're not comfortable
used to
with
it?
literally approaching a woman and introducing yourself, which is hard, it really is. It's
It can be, yeah.
It really can be hard.
Yeah.
Unless you like, because it's easy when you know she digs you, and that's why a lot of people drift to Tinder, because you know that chances are if you match with this person, it's because they thought you were attractive or they thought something about you was interesting. So it makes that initial like, is she interested phase like easier.
Yeah.
There's
Because
a
that's
huge
weird
difference.
when you don't know if a woman's even interested at all, and you don't want to like push it if she's not and make it weird.
Yeah, exactly.
There's
that's
a huge
definitely
difference when
true.
you're just talking through texting. You're not like
Yeah.
I think
It
you
makes it-
just be yourself.
Texting is a lot easier too. Like,
Yeah.
Just be yourself.
because
Be funny. You know, slip something there, drink. You know.
yeah.
no, for real though. Texting's great.
Bill
Like,
Cosby
I am not great talking face to face, but if I get a girl's number, we start chatting. It's a lot easier to talk to somebody over text because you can think about what you're gonna say.
Mhm.
yeah.
So when you look like an idiot in front of her, like in person, at least she knows you're not always like that.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'd say you got
Even if
this.
you are.
When you meet a girl, you have what I'd say like the 1 to 2 week period. This is when you get to know her. This is when you learn
Yes.
about her and you learn some quirks about her. You kind of get to befriend each other, get comfortable with each other. After that, you make your move. You ask this girl out. Not like, hey, I want to take you out on a date. Just make sure it's casual, because you don't want to.
Want to get some coffee?
Yeah, just pretend they're idiots, honestly. Just like you both don't know you're going on a date, even though you actually are. Just say like, hey,
Coffee.
Yeah, coffee, or hey, let's see this movie. I don't know. Because you don't want to go to some place.
A movie's too much.
Yeah, movies too much,
Movie's
but
second
also
date.
movie.
Movie's second date.
But also movies like let's sit in silence and watch the screen together. It's like you want to talk to this person and get to know them.
Yeah.
And so I would say
Movies
like
definitely
your
help
best
me a
go
little.
to would be like go out to eat. You know, that's like the best in my opinion.
Offer to pay though. Don't be the guy that like tries to like split the bill.
Yeah, dude. Make sure
Pay
that like
for the
that
girls'
first
dinner.
date, you open the car door, you open the door every
You
time.
pull the seat
Yeah,
back.
you pull the seat back. You pay. You chatter up a little bit.
Yeah.
What else?
Always
Yeah,
do
don't-
that though.
don't
I've been
take
dating my
yourself
girl for
Don't
2 years,
get
like,
overly compliment friendly, where you're like every other sentence. Yeah, but you're so fucking.
Don't
beautiful.
go to like Burger King or
Don't go to
McDonald's or
Denny's. Don't go to-
Chipotle
please
because she'll
don't
get
go to
sick at
Denny's.
Chipotle. Don't give her E. coli.
Yeah.
like
Like go to like somewhere like
Applebee's-
Red Robin.
Applebee's
you know?
is good.
Applebee's.
Yeah. No, Applebee's is never good. What are you talking about?
I love Applebee's.
I love Applebee's.
I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah.
Don't go to
screw
Burger
you.
King. They gave me food poisoning twice in a
Red
row.
Robin.
In a row.
Red Robin's
Red
good.
Robin's. Yeah.
Say-
Don't go anywhere super fancy.
Yeah, I
though.
was
Don't
gonna
take her to
say-
like the
Something like
Dollar
Ruby Tuesdays or something. That's later.
Yeah.
Go to
Ruby Tuesday
some
sucks.
people like going to a place with a lot of people, but don't go to a place like Buffalo Wild Wings because
Oh.
shit's so loud. You're gonna be screaming at each other,
Yeah,
and you're
yeah.
gonna lead to a lot of awkward silences.
Oh. Never take her to a
Especially if you can't
buffet
drink.
either, because that's buffets are weird.
I don't know if this
Yeah,
is.
and then,
you learn
then
way
she
too
eats
much
like a
about
pig.
somebody.
I don't know if
Yeah.
anyone shares the same pet peeve, but when a girl goes on her phone during a date at like the table,
Oh.
I want
Oh, no,
to take
yeah,
that
no,
shit.
stay away
I
from
want
your
to take
phone.
that shit and drop it right in her drink.
Yeah,
I'll be
yeah.
like, I'm right here. Hello. I sound.
You know,
Did you
well, and if it's like
try
to occasionally check, see if like their mom texted, that's one thing. But if it's like a constant like pausing you to like text their friend, I'm like, so are we like on a date or are we just like two different people
Yeah.
not involved with each other? Because this is weird.
Like, gosh, just don't take out your phone because it just leads to
Yeah,
like,
just avoid that.
yeah.
Yeah, you don't do it either. That's a guy thing too. When guys do that, it's
That's what I
enough.
meant. Yeah, I meant both ways. You don't want to take your phone out. You want to let that person know that like you are they
Focus
are
on-
the focus. You know, you're there for
Yes.
them. If you're like pulling out your phone, and I don't care how fucking nervous you are, don't pull out your phone unless it's for like conversation's purpose where you gotta look something up. That could be like a good breathing point for you to be like, okay, you're doing well. Like, you know, think to yourself.
Yeah.
And hey, if you're nervous about it, lampshade it a little bit. Like joke, like I don't know what you joke about, but lampshade the fact that you're a little bit nervous because odds are she knows you're nervous. You know you're nervous. So if you put it out there in the open, you don't feel like you gotta hide it.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
makes it a lot less. It makes it a lot less stressful when they know that you know, and you know that they know.
Yeah, and don't do
I know that
like
sounds
like
weird.
the awkward nervous where you're like no confidence. Like I'm really nervous because you're so attractive and I'm ugly. No, don't.
No, don't do that.
Oh,
No,
gosh.
no,
Don't do it.
No,
No,
I know that you like to
no.
get the pity party. Don't get every guy likes it. You like to get the pity party where like
Yeah.
the girl comes back and says like, no, but you're really cute. Like you like that feeling, but no, you just want
Girls do that all
just
the
want
time.
to be like,
so
yo,
don't-
like I'm just sorry if I like stutter a little bit. You know, I'm just a little shaky or you know. Just,
I don't
like,
get.
crack
I
a
don't
joke.
get to do this a lot. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, make a joke about it. Make a joke about the fact
I
that
have
you're nervous. And
Parkinson's.
really
Just
brings
to be
it
like,
down.
yeah, you know, girls are not crawling over me all the time. I don't fucking know. I see. I'm not like Mr. Wisecracker. I'm just pretty
No.
fucking straightforward.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've seen your YouTube videos.
Yep,
We know.
yep. You're talking about the guy who fucking
Yeah.
pelvic crusted
I'm
the
the
shit
one
out
who
of the
presses
flesh.
the X sarcastic button.
Hey,
Awesome.
tell if you're mad at you, just tell them that you have a hashtag on iFunny and it's like instant.
Yeah, I showed you that screenshot.
On YouTube, MrMattyPlays, but in bed,
No, believe it or not, here's the funny thing is that actually pushes girls away. They don't like that. It's
Really?
I don't use it.
That
Mind
you're
you,
a YouTube sensation.
mind you that I don't use it as like a leverage point. Like, hey, I do YouTube videos, but like.
No, be like,
But you
bitch,
like-
I'm a
But like they'll be
celebrity.
like, so what do you do for a job? And I'm like, okay, well here we go. I'm like, yeah, I do. I'm like, I do YouTube
They instantly
videos.
think of like 11-year-olds like screaming at their Call of Duty games
They're
with their like
yeah,
custom
and
capture
the
cards.
9 out of 10 response. So you really like Fallout, huh? I'm like,
Oh my.
Yeah.
That's the worst thing
I'm
ever.
like, yeah. She's like, oh, haha. I'm like, you could not have fucking shit the bed anymore. And that's like, that happens all the time. I know I have a winner when the girl is actually like, oh, that is awesome. And like, they actually are like interested, but they don't like
Yeah.
blow it out of proportion.
Yeah, it's really hard to. Well, and I imagine it is because a lot of people are like, oh my god, he's famous.
They think,
you
like-
gotta find that thing where they like Fallout, but they like you guys like it both because you like it both, and not because you're famous and do Fallout stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I don't call
I
myself
imagine
famous.
it's a pretty hard.
So
medium.
famous.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hate
So
I hate the
famous.
word famous. Totally, I fucking
Okay, you're okay.
He's like Hollywood Walk of Fame famous.
because I'm like,
You're
if I
YouTube
was
famous,
famous,
bro.
I would be getting stopped in public. Like that's famous to me. I don't I
Oh my
I
God,
don't
Mr.
and
Matty
never will
Plays.
be stopped in public. Thank God. And
Well, I just think of like Michael Jackson. He's famous.
Yeah.
Will Smith
Okay,
is
and maybe famous is the wrong word.
Michael
but you
Jackson's
do-
dead.
He's still famous.
He goes platinum after he dies, guys. It's pretty cool. There's worse things you could do when you're dead.
True.
so yeah, if you're a YouTuber, don't mention that. Save that for
No.
a while.
You hear that?
Save
Lon?
that for when you're already in a relationship and it doesn't make things weird in any way.
Because another thing
Positive
that
or
kind of
negative?
scares them, like I'm not like I said, I'm not saying I'm famous. When they see like all the people who watch you and stuff, they think like you're very picky about who's worth your time and stuff, and they like get like
Yeah.
you can just feel it. Like they
And then they read your comment section.
yeah, and they're like, this guy's weird. They see my Instagram, they see my
And
head
they-
photoshopped on a
yeah.
kangaroo. They're like, what the
They
fuck
see
is
they,
this kid
they see you
on?
pelvic thrusting.
This guy has like a closet of secrets.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're,
he's some weird fetishes, you know.
yeah. They see me going ham on a fucking flash cutout. They're like, okay,
Yeah.
this guy is a
And then the worst thing is when after
Yeah.
the date's over, they go home and they watch your videos, and then
yeah.
Oh, no. But they text you the next day like, "Hey, I watched a couple of your videos." You're like,
Yeah.
"Oh,
Yep. The best thing to do.
Yeah, I saw you pelvic thrusting a.
I don't know. I thought that shit was funny though. That
Maddie, don't you
It
know
is.
Fallout 4 sucks?
see, I just yeah. If you're like, I don't want to say hide your passions, but like kind of keep it close to your chest. Keep your cards close to your chest. That's one thing that you
Well, that's a
definitely
good
need
thing
to
for
do.
later on in a
Yeah,
relationship.
because then you want to make it so that. Fuck, how do I make it sound not like a video game? Like, you want to prolong that interest over time where, like,
Yes.
over time she's like, oh my god, this guy's like an endless book of interesting things.
Yeah.
You know?
no, you don't want her to know everything all
Yeah,
at
you
once.
don't want to be like,
Because
oh,
then you guys
I
don't
do
have anything else
YouTube
to
and play
talk about.
hockey. I do this and this and that. You know, hey, that's me. And just cool it.
And don't jump into "I love you." Like,
Oh God, no!
My
so,
one friend-
I'm so
I
guilty
want
of
to
that
marry
in
this
fucking
guy. I
middle
love him
school.
so much on the third date.
my one friend
Yeah, that's-
is still currently right now. He does that every single time he gets into a relationship.
Oh.
It like 4 days in. Oh, I love you. Like, that's
No,
not okay.
you gotta wait at least like 3 months before dropping
Yeah,
that. I love
I'm
you.
so guilty. I think we all are, but I'm so guilty of like that doing that in middle school.
Oh, of course.
Oh, but that's middle school. That's why I don't
think
count
I
middle
love
school.
you. Oh my god, like jeez, I cringe
I
so
cringe
hard.
so hard.
I just
I cry every time. Like,
I just
Although,
think
the
back.
worst
I'm
is-
like,
the
yo,
worst is people that get engaged in high school.
like
The people that get engaged in high school, like, oh my god, that's so
like
stupid.
the quote falling in love with girls when you only texted them and hung out with them at the movies once and you're apparently in love with them. Like I'm like, what were you thinking?
Your husband.
Oh my gosh, fuck.
Oh, that's the kind of person that proposes after like 3 months. So, oh,
So, well, I guess we derailed a little bit. If you want to actually talk to a girl,
The detailed response.
yeah, I guess in my opinion, if you actually want to talk to a girl, you gotta be strategic, and it's gonna feel creepy on the inside. But like, if like all right, like a new semester of school starting up in a couple of weeks for people, like if you walk into a class and you see like a pretty attractive woman that you think would catch your interest, as long as there's like a decent amount of people in the room, like think like, all right, I'm gonna pick my seat next to her. You'll end up talking. To her.
maybe not right next to her, but maybe like like across from her or behind her, so you're in
her,
vicinity,
because
and you can start a casual conversation.
Yeah, you will, I promise you, at some point in the semester, end up talking to her. And you don't have to rush it, because especially when you're working off a school schedule, man, you got like 5 months to get into game mode, where like you could just find your opportunity and just pick it and be like, all right.
Yeah.
And once you break that wall down where you talk to them once, it's go time. You can now talk to them often.
It's the casual conversation where she mentions something, you get pulled into the conversation, you guys start talking. Like I met one of my girlfriends when I brought in like a manga I was reading, and she said, "Oh, you read that?" And I go, "Yeah." We started chatting about that. We ended up dating a month later. Like it's just a wait for your moment when you guys both have something in common and start talking about it, and it sprouts from there.
You can do what my friend Ivan does. He goes so creepy with it. He looks up his roster for his classes online, then Facebooks the girls.
oh my.
Oh no!
And he's like, yo, she's hot. I'm gonna look for her in my class and sit next to her.
Why?
It's so funny when he told me. I'm like, yo. I'm like, damn, that's hard. Like that.
Yeah, no, that's ridiculous.
Hey, that takes balls. Like I will say that's pretty ballsy. Whether or not you agree if it's a good idea.
I mean, he gets his knowledge ahead of time. I just.
Yeah, he's getting ready. I don't know, pre-gaming.
Pre-gaming.
It's like, how do you know so much about me?
Oh no, I don't think he does it like that. I think he just gets an idea of what they look like and stuff. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you meant like that he like researches their like interests.
Oh no. He just. I mean, maybe he does.
Okay.
Who knows? But,
Maybe he does. That's the thing.
yeah, maybe.
That's the scary part.
But any final tips on how you talk to women?
We're all virgins. No.
People don't believe us because we play video games, but
Yeah.
We sit at home and play video games. We don't have sex. What do you?
Just
we
like-
don't have attractions to
3
women.
hours.
Are you kidding me? What is laying the pipe?
Isn't that Mario? Like, don't just go into.
I don't even say have sex anymore. I just say lay the pipe. I fucking love that term.
Oh my god.
trying to pipe.
Lay the
Yeah, you
wood.
go through the pipes in Mario, dude. So that works, right? Find Princess Peach. Fight Bowser.
So our
good lord.
final question, John, you're gonna love this one. I don't know if anyone else here is gonna really love this one, but it comes from John Lizelle. He asks non-spoiler thoughts on The Force Awakens.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, he says.
Oh, I've run my mouth so much on this podcast, but you guys don't even know.
I love the traitor scene.
Traitor.
I
love the memes.
I
Have you
didn't
seen the
see
traitor
it yet,
memes that
so-
I'm tagging Maddie in?
Best fucking memes. Like I don't know. I'm watching this whole movie. Like no one's gonna meme this movie. It's just gonna be like all people are just gonna be
It's
quoting
memed so
lines. And now
And it's all the stupid stuff.
yeah, it's the
stupid
fucking
stuff
guy. The way the guy stands while he's got this open like fucking stance, holding this like Z6 riot control baton. He's just standing there like here we go, baby. Like, and they're just like cutting this guy up and putting him on shit. It's amazing.
Oh, it's so good. Oh, Maddie, you saw the ones I tagged you in, right?
Yeah.
Like the infomercial one.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So all right,
basically-
we're gonna try to convince people why this movie's good without telling them a thing about it.
All right. It's Star Wars, and it feels like the first real Star Wars movie since the '80s.
Mm-hmm.
Can I sum it up like that?
Yeah.
His lightsabers.
There's lightsabers.
It's with lightsabers and traders. For real though, the lightsaber. Like the one thing I noticed that a lot of people didn't pay attention to, the lightsaber combat is fantastic because
yeah.
in the original movies it was almost too brutish. It was just like slamming the lightsabers into one another, and then in the prequel trilogies it was like ballet. But in this one, it feels like you're watching people actually sword fight. Like there's not the scene. There's only about 3 or 4 minutes of lightsaber fights, but
Yeah.
it looks like a real sword fight, like you'd fight with a real sword.
Well, that's what I liked about The Force Awakens a lot, is that they didn't hand every single person in the cast a fucking lightsaber.
Yes.
It was only like a couple, like 2 or 3 scenes.
Although it was pretty interesting seeing non-Force users use a lightsaber.
That's why, I didn't get that.
I'm actually kind of surprised that like it's such an overwhelmingly positive outlook on it, because a lot of people thought that they were going to mess it up.
I can't say like I predicted they were going to, because I had my skepticism about me.
Well, because people were worried about Disney.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Seems
Well, I
like
remember it was like,
JJ
oh, they're going to put Goofy in Star Wars. Like that kind of joke when they first bought it.
Yeah.
Although, guys, let's be, they bought Star Wars for $4 billion. They've already made $1 billion on the movie in 12 days.
But they also spent a lot of money to make the movie too.
No, but they spent $250 million on the movie plus another $200 million in marketing. But seriously, whoever said let's buy Star Wars and went through with it, and it was like the owner of Disney, and he actually ghost produced like half of the movie. It's a personal project for him.
Yeah.
He caught so much shit when he did it, but it has paid off.
Apparently he nailed it. So
He
It was great.
Because when you look at it compared to A New Hope, it's very similar, but not in a bad way, because it's got its differences.
It mirrors it.
You know, it mirrors it, but like in a safe way. It's like, okay, let's start off with just making a good movie. I think that's why they have Abrams in for one movie. Is because they built a foundation. Like, okay, here's the good movie. You build from here and like go forth with whatever ideas you have.
Yeah,
I
just read though that he was really regretting not doing the next one.
Yeah, well, he almost didn't do the first one. Apparently, he like initially passed on the director role for some reason.
I don't know why.
Oh, I think it was because he was doing another movie originally.
Oh, okay. How would you say no to Star Wars though? I'd quit my job. I would divorce my wife to work on Star Wars. I'm sorry, but
I think that's what he did.
Star Wars. What was the other thing they did really well? The John Williams score is so good that you forget it's playing.
They do it at the right times though. There are some scenes with no music, and it's like
it doesn't need music.
Yeah,
like,
I was about to say they had such a good feel for what they were doing with this movie. It's palpable. Like you can actually like touch the fucking atmosphere in this movie.
Palpable.
yeah.
So it's insane. Like after watching it through 4 times, I only just this showing decided to focus on listening to the music because the music cues are so good. It's like part of the scene. It's not its own thing. Like it's like Fallout 4 where the music is the scene that you're playing. It's in Star Wars, most of the music is the scene you're watching. It's not a song.
Yeah, I just
I
can't praise it enough because for me personally, I'm not like a moviegoer. I really only go to the movies, and people might crucify me for this, but I really only go to the movies to see the Marvel, DC movies, and now Star Wars. Like that's really the only things that interest me. Everything else I kind of get on Blu-ray later on. But like I've never had a movie like I usually walk out like that was pretty good, you know, and then like I forget about it. Like the last movie I saw in theaters was Age of Ultron. Pretty good movie, you know, like relatively memorable action scenes, but like with The Force Awakens, like I have thought and talked about this game for a week
every
now.
single minute.
Like I can't get enough of this movie. It's so good.
Yeah.
Hey, the one thing I'll say for it is not overly ambitious. It doesn't do anything above and beyond. It kind of plays it safe. But at the same time, I'd rather them play it safe and make a good movie than try to get ambitious and shoot themselves in the foot.
One thing I really like though is that they made it so that you can hate the stormtroopers, or rather not stormtroopers, New Empire. I'm sorry, I guess either or. But like
no, they went full Nazi on these puppies.
Yeah, they actually made them full. Yeah, they actually made them like a villain, not the cheesy villains from the original trilogy or the shitty CIS from the prequels. Like actual,
they massacre civilians, and
there's blood.
They actually have a speech scene. They have a speech scene where if you dubbed over it, you could put Hitler's speech to the Nazis, and it would fit perfectly.
Yeah.
Like I swear to God, the actor that played the person giving the speech, he had to study Hitler's speaking style because it was kind of creepy.
Yeah.
I almost want to throw up the Sig Heil salute.
Yeah, it was very. They almost kind of did like a salute at the end too. I was like,
yeah, they did the fist thing. Yeah. Like it almost looked like the Nazi.
Yeah, I was like, salute. There's definitely some symbolism there.
Well, I mean, and the first movie went for that too. That's why they were all British.
They are the evil empire or whatever.
Yeah. And I will say for the movie, there are some blanks that I feel like needed explaining, and unless you read the books, you don't know what's going on. But if you think about it, the first movie did that too. And while the first movie had defense because it didn't have an established canon, I feel like they're going to fill in a lot of the gaps in the later movie. Although I am sad they cut out Phasma. Phasma was great.
Yeah. What I liked though is that it wasn't like a cliffhanger ending. It made me feel complete at the end, but excited for the next one. Like, okay, episode 8, like they it is set up, man. They could fucking kill it
Yeah.
Like-
I was worried the ending
Like the
would be
actual,
down. Like,
the
how do you
feeling
end
of excitement that once it's done, it's like, that was amazing, but I feel like 8's already going to be better.
Yes. Well, I mean, even the originals, the endings weren't my favorite. Like, I guess A New Hope ended all right. I hated the way Empire ended. Empire Strikes Back,
Mhm.
like sitting, waiting for the final battle, it felt like a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
This movie ended phenomenally.
It felt, yeah, like you had a sense of closure.
Yes, the closure was. You rarely get closure like that in movies. You always have the wait for the next movie one. And while this ended on a cliffhanger, it was a satisfying cliffhanger. It wasn't a KOTOR
It was
2
like,
cliffhanger.
like, how do we word it? It wasn't like I don't want to say a necessary cliffhanger, but it
was a
lets
positive cliffhanger.
Yeah, it was like
Is
one
it-
of those ones where it's like they finished the story arc for the episode 7 and have began the story arc for episode 8 to say, like, here's what's
It was
coming.
to excite you for episode 8, but you still got your closure for episode 7.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm surprised that they nailed it so good then. 'Cause,
Yeah.
Seriously, if like someone
you
says,
have
"Hey,
no
let's go," back to our other question. Ask a girl out to see The Force Awakens. That's a good fucking time. I know I said don't do a movie, but that's a good time because if you weren't talking before that, you're gonna have a big ass conversation about the movie afterwards.
And it's funny. That was the other thing. There's a lot of humor in that movie, and it's not forced
my
humor.
gosh.
It's genuinely made me laugh.
Finn.
And I've seen it 4 times. The jokes are still great.
Finn,
Yeah.
I love him. He's so fucking
Finn
funny.
is great. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm with the resist. I am with the resist.
Hey, Mr. Solo,
casting.
did you call me Mr. Solo? Like,
Sorry, huh? What? 14 parsecs.
the woman always finds
Oh,
out.
the jokes are
Yeah,
spot
yeah,
on.
what we're trying to say is go see the movie if you haven't.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the movie, unless you are broke, you have no excuse to not see the movie.
Mhm.
The lines aren't crazy anymore. You don't have to reserve your seats. Go watch the damn movie.
Yeah.
And watch it, if you can, watch it in RPX 3D, because
And I
it
feel like
deserves better than
such
a
an
small
asshole
screen.
because I've never seen any of them. I just feel like such a piece of shit.
Yeah, you get out. Yeah. Maddie, hang up the call.
I found out that, you know what, Monty's not alone because who else? One friend I have who's a girl, she hates Star Wars.
Yeah, my girlfriend hasn't seen it either.
My family, except for my dad, hates Star Wars. One of my friends doesn't really watch best friends doesn't watch the movies. Like it's I don't know if it's because it's so widely praised. Like there's obviously going to be people who are like outspoken, like I don't like it, but like
I mean, I grew up right after like the prequels had already came and gone,
Yeah.
so it's kind of like, you know, in a weird time.
Star Wars
And
is
my
like
dad
COD
also
for-
hates it too for some reason.
I heard.
Look, it's like COD. If you've played COD or if you've watched Star Wars and you don't like it, that's great. But if you're hating it and you've never seen it and you're just hating it because it's popular, get the stick out of your ass and watch the
I've
movie.
heard Harrison
You know,
Ford.
my dad told me that he's like, you know, he's like 50 something, he's old, and he actually saw the first one in theaters, and he said he was walking out of the theater and all his friends were like, oh, it's so good, and he was like, it was okay. So
My
I guess
dad
that's-
remembers like standing in line for the premiere of the original too.
I love that movie so much. But
were we
one
saying
thing
about-
that
what
left
were
me
we
with excitement was, they mentioned the New Republic, and when they said that, I thought of it. It hit me. I was like, BioWare introduces Knights of the New Republic. But
Except,
yes.
I can't say that. Never mind.
But
Okay.
the other thing was that I have a feeling I know what you're gonna say. But
yeah,
the,
no, we all know what.
but what's it called? The other thing is that when I left the theater, like it's the excitement of Star Wars again that was around. I know that it was around with the original trilogy, but like in other mediums of entertainment, it's going to be there too. Where like during the prequels, I know they weren't the best, but like the games during the prequels were amazing. You know, that's where Battlefront came
Honestly,
from.
the game that got shortchanged is the Episode 3 movie tie-in game was phenomenal.
I never
and
played
nobody played it. Maddie, oh my! You actually got to play. It was like it filled in scenes from the movie that you didn't see, like when Anakin went in and slaughtered all the Jedi in the Jedi Temple. You play through that mission.
What?
That was
I'm about to buy this
yeah,
shit.
that was a dark game. It had an amazing duel system. Like the 2-player co-op was fantastic. I could never beat Count Dooku though. Holy crap, he's hard. That's one of the best movie tie-ins I've ever played in my life, and it gets forgotten.
I've heard
You need to go play
I've
that.
heard good things about it though. But like you think about it,
Yeah.
during this prequel age, we had Battlefront, Bounty Hunter. We had
Bounty Hunter.
KOTOR.
We need a new bounty.
We had Jedi Starfighter, which was popular amongst people. What else was there?
Jedi Starfighter, I like. That's a fun game.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad. Force
Rogue
Unleashed.
Squadron.
Force Unleashed. Hello, that shit was
Yep.
good.
Well, that was a little bit later. That was like 2009,
I
2010,
guess, yeah.
right?
But like anyways, those are still 4 fantastic Star Wars games, and I just feel like now that there's so much new material to work with, it felt refreshing because you didn't realize
Yes.
that it was almost getting tiresome, like seeing the same prequel and original trilogy like rehashed and shit. That's why I like KOTOR, is because it has nothing to do with any of that. It's its own.
I love
thing.
anything that takes place in the Old Republic. I love because it's so different.
Yeah, exactly. It's like swords in Star Wars. Are you kidding me?
Going back to the whole people that hate Star Wars, like Harrison Ford himself apparently isn't the biggest fan of Star Wars.
Really?
No.
Yeah, he's like famous for not wanting to talk about Star Wars after the original ones that he was in.
Well, that's the same with Daniel Craig and James Bond. He hates James Bond.
Yeah,
he says he'd never do another one.
Wow.
Daniel Craig is in Star Wars, by the way. I just want you guys to know Daniel Craig makes a cameo in The Force Awakens. And he denies the shit out of it, but all of his actors threw him under the bus and said, no, that's Daniel Craig.
That's amazing.
Yeah, like I guess Harrison Ford, a lot of actual people that were in Star Wars apparently don't really like it, which is...
What?
Really?
Yeah, look it up. It's actually... I'll put it in the Skype chat, but it's...
Oh, I'll have to check that out. Let me throw this out there, though. Okay, as far as I'm aware, the three new main characters, Finn, Rey, and Poe, they're, for the most part, relatively unknown actors. Can you imagine your very first major role being Star Wars? These people are going to be in comic books, movies, games, audiobooks, TV shows. They're going to be... Yeah, they're going to be known around the world forever. Because, I mean, you think about Star Wars, you think Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, and Carrie Fisher. Yeah. And that was, 40 years ago? That's going to be these people, and it's their first major movie.
That's a lot like Brian, though, being in Fallout 4.
Yeah,
that's true.
Yes. It's insane. Except
I read that some people were mad because some of them are like African American. It's like, really?
Now I will say they were very politically correct in the movie. There was a bunch of female stormtroopers. There was a bunch of black stormtroopers. Like they made sure to appease everybody by appealing to all demographics, which I think is a little silly that you have to pander. But I guess some people are happy that it's in there.
Yeah, makes sense.
They pander pretty hard though. I won't lie.
So that wraps things up. That's all our questions and everything. Almost 3 hours. Holy!
It's like a marathon.
If you stayed this long, man, trooper.
If you could deal through me cutting them off every 30 seconds, I'm in.
Who's gonna close this one out?
Oh, you weren't any worse than Noah.
True. I'm basically Noah.
Yeah,
if
Noah was on this, he would have been gone like halfway through. Now, I'm not saying that to be a dick, but just because.
Sorry, guys, I gotta fix my watch.
Hey, no, I've been on a tablet this whole time. I'm at 5%. I was at 85% when I started. I'm committed. Let's do it.
I've had the piss since the first hour.
I already took a piss. Are you kidding me? I just muted my Skype. Benefits of tablets.
Huh. Interesting.
Okay. And if nobody wants to, I'll close this out because I like doing it.
Go for it.
All right. I lost my earphone.
Slendy, are you okay? Are you okay?
Yeah, you got it? Are you sure?
It's all good. It's all good. It's clear. You've been watching the H.A.M Radio Podcast, and I'm not Brian Delaney. I can't really do it like that. Come back next week and watch it. Watch it some more. I'm never doing that again.
Wow, that was really cringeworthy. That was bad.